Here we go again. It's another live stream for Oklahoma softball playing the Texas Tech Red Raiders today. An elimination game, I think, for Oklahoma. I think they might have to beat Texas Tech twice, or maybe they don't. I don't know how the rules go in this. I know Texas Tech hasn't lost a game yet, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think Texas, the Long Turds, have lost a game yet either. So I'm going to go ahead and look the game up for y'all right now and bring it up. And I didn't bring some clips up for y'all until the game starts, just to, pass time by a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the game started up here for y'all. Here we go. First, they're going to have a stupid-ass commercial, like I always do. Of course. Always some stupid-ass commercials, right? You got to watch them commercials. If y'all ever doing a live stream on here and you want to live stream from a rogue channel like I'm doing, when they go to commercial, you have to make sure that you put it on pause or go to another live event or something else, man. Just can't let that music play in the background. So, yeah, let me put this on mute for y'all. All right. Let's see who's in the comments section as we get ready for the first batter up in the Oklahoma versus Texas Tech softball game. It's an elimination game, I think, for Oklahoma, not so much for Texas Tech. I think you got to beat Texas Tech twice, as I said earlier. And our first batter up today was Kevron Harris. Says, good evening, Outlaw. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I am. Comanche Center is also in the house. What's up, Outlaw, Boomer, and Roll Tide Roll? The inspirational speaker is in the house. Give us some inspiration, man. Give us some inspiration. I need some. Great name. So this is, pause on me again. We're still in Sports Center. So we're waiting on that to kick off. Sports Center is still up. It'll be going off in a couple of minutes, and we'll get to the Oklahoma and Texas Tech softball game. Y'all go ahead and give me your predictions and tell me who y'all think is going to win this game today. And if they have to go to a second game, go ahead and give me the predictions on that too, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do a doubleheader or not yet. But we shall see really soon. Let me go ahead and, like I said, the game hasn't started yet. If you just poked your head in here to see if the game is up and on the air, it's not yet, but it will be very soon. So, yeah. Let's go ahead and give y'all a clip or two. Well, now, this is Tennessee and Texas. This must be the highlights of that game. Let me go ahead and pull that up for y'all. Y'all might be interested in that. I also have some Oklahoma historical clips from Barry Switzer and whatnot if y'all want me to pull something like that up until the game comes on. If not, give me some suggestions until the game starts. And we'll be going live in just a second with the game when it, whatever you call it, kicks off, first batter up, whatever. Let's go ahead and pull that up for y'all. See if y'all can see that. How is that view? Is that view okay with y'all? Go in and enlarge it a little bit. And there we go. So you can see right now, Oklahoma is getting ready. Najari Kennedy, is that how you say her last name? Najari Kennedy looks like she's going to be pitching for the Texas Tech Red Raiders today. Those tortillas slinging out in the middle of nowhere. Lubbock, Tech wrecking, son of a gun and son of a girls. Already got 12 people in the house. Y'all go ahead and hit the like button as you come in. It only takes 2 seconds. Also, subscribe to the channel. That helps out immensely as well. it makes it gets that YouTube algorithm cranked up, and they think I'm a little popular, man. They might give me a commercial or two, give me a little dollar. And we're getting ready for the game now. So doing little previews here. Let's go ahead and since the game ain't started yet, I'm gonna play a clip for y'all real quick. Y'all ready for the clip or no? I want to see a clip real quick of Barry Switzer saying some funny stuff. All right, game hasn't started yet. I'll put it back up there when it does finally start. Michael McCullough's in the house. Michael McCullough says Oklahoma will win today's game 5-3 over the Red Raiders. All right, share screen. Let's see what this is. All right.
Tips about the show.
I hope I can do as good a job as Jimmy Johnson. That's what you're hoping, and that's damn sure what you're hoping. That's why I'm here. Well, I'm tan, rested, and ready. That's all I can say to you. I'm ready to go. I want to start tomorrow. Nothing's going to change, Cowboy fans. Get ready to watch the Dallas Cowboys be the best in the NFL. We got a job to do, and we're going to do it, baby! They played with a lot of emotion today. They got after it. And I'll be glad to get rid of you guys where I can go do it and say I'm going to do one interview a day, and that's it, and let me go coach. Let me go do what I want to do. To step up and stop. I think you don't know what you're talking about, and they don't either, Dale Hansen. There is no problem here on this staff in the Dallas Cowboys.
Everyone.
And there you go. Little Barry Switzer to get y'all riled up in the early going of this soon-to-be live stream of the Oklahoma softball game as they go for their record 5th title in a row. They've already set the record with 4 titles in a row, but there's nothing wrong with adding to your legacy, right? Or adding to your record book. Saw a little stat the other day that Oklahoma has 2 sports that have won over 40 games in a row. They're the only university that's had that. The football team won 47 in a row back in the day with Bud Wilkinson, and then the softball team won. What y'all win? How many games in a row did Oklahoma win in that winning streak they had? 40 or 50 something? All right. Looks like the game's about ready to kick off, tip off, bat off. What do they call it in softball and baseball? Do they call it tip off, kick off, bat off? What do they call it? Let's go ahead and present the screen on that so we don't miss not a minute of Oklahoma's defense of their four-time defending national champions, your Oklahoma Sooners. And there's still previews going on, as you can see right here. Yep. Still previews. Now later on, Killer Breeze may join us. He was with us the other day. He got a little riled up at the Texas fans and lost his noodle a little bit. Hopefully he's all right. The Texas Longhorn fans got him riled up. Long turds, longhorns, short horns, whatever you want to call them. It's fine by me. I'm neutral. I'm an Alabama guy, but I do like Oklahoma. I do like teams from the Southwest and the Southeast. See who else is in here. George is in the house. George says, Boomer Sooner and Roll Tide. I'm a huge Sooner fan, and my fiance is from Alabama, so that says it all. I'm a big fan of this show. I appreciate the hell out of that, George. Matter of fact, let me move this camera just a little bit here. We can see Bear Bryant and the OU logo. There we go. See if we're going to have a certain somebody in here tonight. Try to get Oklahoma guy in here to, pacify you Oklahoma fans with a little Oklahoma flavor since I'm an Alabama guy, but like I said, I do like Oklahoma. They're my second favorite team. Crimson Nations rule. Crimson is the best color in the world because it's not it's not the bland, as usual, light sissy red that the Georgia hedge pissers use. Georgia, they claim to be red, put gold on a helmet. Really? Notre Dame's helmets are gold. Army's helmets are gold. Boston College helmets are gold. Y'all's helmets are yellow. Mustard yellow. Therefore, they are called the corn dogs for that very reason. Larry Trowicki's in the house. Cornhuskers in here. How are the Cornhuskers doing? Did they get eliminated from the baseball tournament, Larry? Haven't really been keeping tabs on it. I know the Florida coach lost his shit today and made himself look like a complete ass yesterday. What's up, Posse? Says Killer Breeze. Let's go ahead and get the game started.
Let's play ball with a strike from Nigeri Kennedy to Cassidy Pickering. It is a 6:06 first pitch on a 90-degree night that feels like 97, and facing Nigeri Kennedy might feel like 197 for Oklahoma. The first team All-American Pickering quickly in the hole against the first team All-American Kennedy. The sixth best scoring offense in the country against the nation's best pitching staff. 1-2. Early signs, Amanda, for how Oklahoma will attack Kennedy. What do you look for?
If they're taking that pitch that's up in the zone like Pickering just did with 2 strikes, and then she'll come in with the changeup, and that's going to be the absolute biggest difference maker for Oklahoma to face her. They're going to be used to the rise, but it's the changeup that she has been throwing effectively to get these hitters out in front. They're worried about 74 up and in on their hands, and then she brings the changeup that she is just oozing with confidence throwing all throughout this tournament against UCLA. She didn't really throw much out of the zone for the strikeout. A ton of confidence to throw these pitches through the zone and get the strikeout. That is a big reason with how she's grown since her freshman year when she was here.
Were to make the World Series.
Ella Parker, another All-American. Another off-speed pitch, and Parker's in an 0-2 hole. These Sooners have almost no experience against Nigeri Kennedy. The team that beat her 2 years ago at the World Series has been almost completely turned over. Parker getting her first crack. And Parker smacks one hard and out of play.
This first time through the lineup against Nigeri, it's going to be
Tony
a learning
Hall says,
opportunity
I'm
for
hoping it's a long
Oklahoma
evening
as
for
it is
me.
for any team that goes up against Nigeri Kennedy the first time
that
through
would be
the
a
order,
very long
gathering
evening for me,
information,
definitely.
understanding what she's throwing today,
Hall.
communicating in the dugout about it.
Another 0-2. Nigeri Kennedy has thrown every pitch for Texas Tech since the start of the Super Regional round. That's 5 consecutive starts between Supers and World Series.
3 seconds, then you can jump right back in the chat.
Her 1-2. Little check swing from Parker. That ball lands in the batter's box, and she's thrown out by Vic Valdez.
Y'all smash that like button and help.
So Nigeri Kennedy, not only the 5 consecutive starts, she's thrown the
bigger,
last 371 pitches for Texas Tech. If you go back to her time at the World Series with Stanford, she's thrown the last 680 pitches for her teams at the World Series as she buries the first pitch strike.
Hit the like button,
Gabby Garcia.
hit the subscribe button. That's really going to make this thing big for us. It's been big the last 2 days.
Last year in
make it
Oklahoma
bigger
City,
tonight.
4 complete games for Kennedy. Gabby Garcia was a high school senior. Her first appearance here. Another All-American. Another 0-2 count.
And that's a pitch on these left-handed hitters that Nigeri Kennedy feels very comfortable with, whether it's a screwball moving a little bit away from them at the knees on the outside corner or more of a lower rise ball on the outside corner. She likes to throw on her arm side.
0-2 for Garcia. Torpedoed into the net. Nigeri Kennedy's 11th game, 9th start all time at the World Series. An ERA coming in 1.05.
Already Gabby Garcia making an adjustment in this at bat. The first pitch the Kennedy threw her, she was well behind on the outside corner, a little low rise, and then being able to foul that one off. Getting some looks in her first at bat, just a freshman, as you mentioned, going up against one of the best.
Garcia chases strike 3. And with a hop and a smile, Nigeri Kennedy completes.
And that's the end of the top of the first. Oklahoma with no runs. Texas Tech will now be up to bat. And now we can read some of these comments. Snail's World says, Outlaw, only if we had Ty Simpson last season, we would be in the playoffs. Snail's World, are you referring to Alabama having maybe started Ty Simpson in place of Jalen Milroe? If you're talking about that, yes, I think Alabama would have definitely been in the playoffs had they not had to, patronize and acquiesce to Jalen Milroe and his buddies, who I call the Cancer Five, because they held our team hostage last year, in my opinion. But, right now we're in commercial break. If y'all just joining us, we will go back to the game live and let the announcers do the talking. I'm not going to be running my mouth the whole time. So if you don't mind, hit the like button as you come in. Don't take 2 seconds. Also, subscribe to the channel. That's also free. Completely free stuff to do. But it helps me with YouTube. Makes them think I'm important somewhat, and maybe give me a few more commercials and help keep the lights on, as they like to say ad nauseum in podcast land. John Christophic has entered the fray. He is our resident Pittsburgh guy. He says, hi, Outlaw, and he says it twice. And hi back to you, John, 2 times over. Killer Breeze is in the house still. What's up, Comanche? Good to see you, brother. I sent you an invite, Killer Breeze, if you want to be on the show. If you're a regular in here, and I know you a little bit, if you want a link to be on the show as well, just let me know, and I'll put you up on the show, because this is what, class? What do we always say? This is the home of the Common Joe and the Commissary and the know, even more so than all those media talking heads.
Louisiana, and now is going to try to knock her old coach's team out with a couple of wins.
And she has a really different look than what she looked like when she was pitching for him at Louisiana, because she's going to her drop ball more, but she has a rise ball that she'll move up in the zone, a curve ball she can bring into lefties, and a changeup. That is her absolute favorite pitch. 8 of her 10 strikeouts in the World Series have come on her changeup. She can throw that pitch in any count, and these were all of her strikeouts against Oregon, all of them with that nasty changeup that she'll throw 25% of the time, and has a 36% whip rate on that pitch. A lot of swings and misses, and she loves it with 2 strikes.
She'll start the game against one of her former teammates, Maya Davis. It's Cajun on Cajun.
Hey, Comanche Sooner.
In Oklahoma and Texas Tech in the World Series semis, and Davis
fans. Share me out with all your Sooner friends, man. Let's get this thing crunk. Let's get it big like we did last
performer,
night.
Maya Davis, 85 hit,
over 600
6 steal season, looking to get on for the first time at the World Series. And she'll slap another one out of play.
I think Maya Davis is going to be a key cog to get going if Texas Tech wants to make a run today, and then if they win today into that Champ Series on for their first national championship. She has been quiet. She was not in the Super Regional.
Well, there is Jerry Glasgow, and what an unusual situation this is for him. Took over the Texas Tech program after a wonderful 7-year stint at Louisiana, where he coached Sam Landry.
Everybody's just now getting home from work too, so
and now has to watch her play third base spots.
We're almost already to 30 already.
His old and current hitter. Strike 3 to Davis with that changeup.
And as Sam Landry goes at these hitters, you'll notice this changeup can be in multiple different spots throughout the zone. This one kind of dives down right over the heart of the plate, but she gets Maya Davis well out in front of that pitch. She likes to move that changeup all throughout the zone. She has great command of it.
Eric Peterson is the plate umpire tonight. Calls strike one on the red-hot Haley Toney, the pride of Magnolia, Texas, who's had a wonderful postseason. 10 for 22, 3 homers in the tournament. Toney flinches and takes another changeup.
And that's 3 changeups in a row that Landry has thrown, now 2 to Toney to get ahead 0-2.
At least he's pitched 3 days in a row.
First 5 batters of this game have started in an 0-2 hole
That's probably
against
why
Kennedy
baseball
and
will always
Landry,
be considered
2
forward
All-American
in softball
pitchers.
because the stretch
Landry
on the
throwing
arm
after
is nowhere near
65
the
pitches,
same.
4 1/3
It's a lot
innings
harder for baseball
yesterday.
players to recover.
What kind of gas will Sam Landry have in the tank? She also threw 106 on Saturday. So pitching for a 3rd consecutive day for the Patty Gasso Sooners.
I just said that. Beat them to it once again.
2-2.
Ball. It's a great take. A freshman stepping into the box, going up against that kind of changeup that Landry wants her to swing at, that her teammate swung at to strike out on. She learned from that at bat when she was on deck to hold her barrel back.
From 0-2 to 3-2. Toney takes a walk. Great fight back from the freshman. Her first walk of the NCAA tournament continues
Any
a
Texas
fabulous
Tech people up in
postseason.
here?
And this is a Texas Tech team that's been struggling offensively, quite frankly, hitting
We throwing no
178 in the World
tortillas again,
Series,
man.
and they've only walked
We don't allow no
twice.
tortilla throwing.
Also just have 3 strikeouts too, so don't
We're
strike
going
out
here
much,
wrecking
don't
Tech
walk
on those.
much, looking to hit early in the count.
Lauren Allred, the junior, moved up to the 3 spot. Allred takes a changeup for a low strike. Another Texan and another Louisiana transfer, the redshirt sophomore, who missed most of last year with a torn oblique for the Raging Cajuns and then joined Jerry Glasgow in Lubbock. Ball.
So far in this game, the 2 pitches that Landry is going to the most by far, her rise ball and her changeup. Texas Tech doing a nice job of laying off of that rise ball that's well out of the zone.
1-1. Right in there for strike 2. Another meeting of former teammates here. Davis, Allred, Langoliers, Valdez, the 1-3, 5-8 and hitters all played with Sam Landry. And now they have to try to beat her to get to the championship series. Hard to imagine a year ago if we were to tell you Texas Tech will be 1 win away from the championship series. But my, oh my, how the softball world has turned since then. Allred fights one to third and out of the reach of Nellie McEnroe-Marinas.
I always like the way that Sam Landry is just not scared to go inside to these left-handed hitters. Sometimes you'll see right-handed pitchers who just stay right-handed pitchers who stay 95% of the time on the outside corner to left-handed hitters, but not her. She'll work it on both sides of the plate. She'll get in your grill, jam you up like she just did with Allred.
6th pitch. Allred waits back again. How much of this first inning for Texas Tech is just about trying to get the feel for that changeup?
Oh, so much. I think that is everything for Texas Tech in this game going up against Landry. And so far, taking some of those pitches well that she wants them to swing at, and they're showing discipline on it.
Elijah Kennedy waiting on deck as Allred takes high. Texas Tech is only 1 for 18 in 2 strike counts here at the World Series, though Toney had their first full count walk. Allred trying to fight her way through a 2 strike count. And she'll take ball 3 to run the count full.
Just think about the amount of pressure on Sam Landry in this game. wearing an Oklahoma uniform, the expectation of winning a national championship from fans, going up against your former head coach and a lot of your old teammates on the biggest stage.
Tony was on the run on that 3-2, and Allred is applying more and more pressure by the moment.
It's definitely the warmest day today, too, since we've been here.
90 degrees feels like 97. And we're still a little ways away from the sun going down. We're old enough to remember when people were wearing blankets on Thursday. It was 64 at first pitch. 10th pitch coming. Allred puts it finally in play. And she flies out to Pickering in left.
Killer Breeze.
So Niger
What up?
gets a little bump in the lineup
Roughneck.
today.
What's happening?
As Texas Tech's
What's up,
6-hitter for the
Roughneck?
first 2 games of the tournament.
Seeing if we can retire this
But Jerry
Niger
Glasgow's
Kennedy.
got as much faith in Niger as anybody, obviously not just in the circle, but also at the plate. And
You got some ugly ass helmets.
he actually revealed today that Kennedy was playing earlier this season
Oh, well.
with a hamstring
Okay.
tear,
As long as they
which
don't
is
start
why
throwing
she
tortilla
didn't hit
shells,
as
I'm all
much
right.
earlier in the year.
Right.
She still, despite only 98 at-bats, leads the team with 11 home runs. 1 on, 2 out. Strike 1 to Kennedy.
Jerry Glasgow has a purpose for everything.
Y'all just come in here, hit the
Clean up
like
spot.
button, share it
Just an
out,
amazing
and
career
subscribe to
she's
the channel.
had. She's allowed
Liking and-
19 home
and
runs as a
subscribing
pitcher,
is
one
most
of the
important.
116 plate appearances. She's homered at the plate every 14. Tony with a good dirt ball read will take second and get the first runner into scoring position.
You don't like that
Texas
shit.
Tech has over 100 stolen bases on the
That
year.
doesn't
It's
surprise
something
me.
that kind of
Our-
gets
our,
forgotten
uh,
about from their lack
our
of
catcher's
offensive
just not very
production.
good
But
at-
Jerry Glasgow
He's
teaches
just not
aggressive
very good.
base running as Tony sees that ball down. Same
You're not a
Landry
big
throwing
fan
lot
of that
changeups,
catcher, are
and
you?
as a base runner, you
No.
need to expect that ball in the dirt to be able to
Not
take
at
an extra
all.
60 feet.
2-1 off the wild pitch.
I can't believe they let this girl pitch 3 days in a row.
You
Well,
said
dude,
Jerry
this
Glasgow is
the
a
other
reason for
pitcher on
everything
the
he
other
does. I
team
figure he
has
has a
pitched
reason for
every
revealing
game
to the
all
world on the
year.
eve of the finals.
Really?
His star athlete had
That's why
a torn
baseball will
hamstring
always be
for much
considered
of
a
the
harder
year.
sport, I think.
Nothing to hide now, I guess. 2-1 coming. That's in the dirt as well.
Battling through that, and pitching wise, she wasn't able to throw bullpens
Y'all
because
gotta
they
beat
were
Tech
forcing
twice,
it,
right?
trying to just
Yes.
make sure that she was healthy to pitch in games.
Yeah, if we can
Didn't
beat them
hit
one,
in
if we
quite
can
a
just
few
beat them
games because of that injury,
game,
but
man, I
still
feel good about their
kept on
chances.
pitching.
But it's going to be tough. It's going to be real tough.
4 of her last 5 hits.
So
4
does
extra
Tech have to win
bases.
twice, or they just have to win once?
No, they have to win
Everling
once.
is out to chat with Sam Landry.
A lot of people are starting to filter in. I have a feeling everybody's getting home from work. We're now almost up to 50 people.
Home run
Pick up
leader,
there
the
again.
slugging percentage
The
leader
numbers,
on this
so y'all hit that
Texas
like
Tech
button
team,
and share it out and
is sitting
subscribe.
pretty on 3-1. And Kennedy unloads to foul one away. A violent swinger. Texas Tech only has 1 2-strike hit now and 20 trips to the plate. The one was the Tony homer. And Tony is at second for a 3-2.
And
To be
Sam Landry
honest
have to
with
go with her
yourself, you
harder stuff
actually
here
missed the
because
Big
of the
12 a
way
little
that Kennedy took
What's
the
that?
changeup early in the count.
If you're being
So
completely
she has a
honest,
decision
you
here
missed
with
the
the full
Big
count. Is
12.
she going to go back to the changeup or
No,
the Kennedy a little
not at
bit
all.
late on these pitches? I would stay with firmer stuff.
Not at all.
She went off speed.
That's a little risky to
The
me.
reason I asked that
With
question
Kennedy
is because
being
y'all playing
behind
an old
70 to
Big
go to the
12 rival.
changeup, but that tells you
Yeah.
how much confidence Sam Landry has in that pitch. She's going to keep throwing it. Last minute decision as she picked that up. That she got that so deep as that pitch was already behind the plate whenever she made contact with it. A slower swing down as soon as she recognized that it was going to be a changeup to keep her AB alive.
That is the ultimate shoot pull for Nyjah Kennedy. We just had a few words with Jerry Glasgow taking the timeout, coming down from third. 10 pitches to Allred. This will be the 8th to Kennedy. The marathon first. Nyjah hits a ground ball to short. It backs up Gabby Garcia, whose throw is perfectly bounced to Sid Sanders. Nyjah grounds out to end the first.
All right. Now, interestingly enough, the coach of Texas Tech is Sam Landry's former coach from the Louisiana Raging Cajuns. And
Sam Landry transferred from Louisiana?
Yeah, from Ooh La La, Louisiana Lafayette.
I
Well, actually, I guess it's just the University of Louisiana now, the Raging Cajuns. And several of her teammates transferred over to Texas Tech with the coach. So in some ways, she's going up against her old team, which makes it a little bit more interesting. But to go to your question about, do I miss the Big 12? Absolutely not. You got to remember, I grew up in SEC country, man. I'm from South Louisiana. So being from the Big 8 and the Big 12 was always something I had to justify because it was just very, usually the SEC was better top to bottom. The Big 12 had some good years towards the late 90s, first couple of years of the 2000s. They were a stout conference, but man,
when Nebraska and Colorado and Missouri left, I think that was the beginning of the end. And Texas A&M.
I think so. I think you're right because, and I mean, think about it. Those were Nebraska and A&M were competitive programs. Hell, Nebraska had just come off a run in the 90s that was second to nothing, nobody. So,
y'all just joined the show. We're talking because it's in commercial break and you're not allowed to play the commercials and their music. We will be going back live to the actual announcer, so don't leave.
By the way, before we go back to the game, we set a record last time that we've got to beat tonight. We have to beat it. So we hit. I think we were just shy of 600, right? So we want to get to 600.
We went over 600. It was I think it was like 611, 612.
All right, so we want to go to 700 and 150 likes.
And the only way to do that is to share it out and hit the like button.
Straight shooter. I'm originally from New Orleans. My family moved to Morgan City when I was in elementary school. So I'm from, however you want to, New Orleans, Morgan City. It was basically, they're not that far away from each other. So that's the part of South Louisiana I'm from. Are you from Louisiana?
July shocked the softball world. A lot of folks figured she might end up at a place like Oklahoma or one of the big powers in the sport. Instead, she went to a school that, as it turns out, may have been a budding power. She misses to Nellie McEnroe Marinas. Great piece that Dave Wilson wrote on ESPN.com a couple of weeks ago detailing Kennedy and her recruitment and the NIL collective at Texas Tech, the Matador Club. Nyjah became the first $1 million college softball athlete, signing for $1,050,024. The 24 is for her jersey number, the $50,000 for living expenses. Texas Tech has doubled this season its average wins per year the first 32 years. And it's not all Nyjah. It's Jerry Glasgow. It's
Robert Bacon. This is current.
Louisiana. It's
Am I called up,
Alana Johnson from Washington.
Yes.
But obviously, Amanda,
yes, this is current Robert Bacon.
The biggest star on the stage.
Well, and knowing how dominant
she
was as a pitcher, nevertheless getting to see what she's been able to do offensively, leading their team in home runs, which again was another huge reason that she
by the way,
Texas Tech, because she wanted to be able to
hit
herself. And Jerry Glasgow, while recruiting Nyjah to be able to come here, made that a huge part of his presentation and pitch. And he also knew that it was important to be able, as he put it, to look Nyjah in the eye and say, this roster can take us to the World Series with you in the circle. Knew it wasn't just going to be about her, but working the transfer portal to bring in other players from Louisiana.
A jam shot caught at second. Alexa Langeliers for the first out.
Because he had said, I didn't want Nyjah to come to Texas Tech if I didn't believe that she could go to the World Series with the team that we had. And so he built a team around her, and while she is a large part of it, I mean, this is a true team that you win games together with, but Nyjah Kennedy is dominant and shuts hitters down, and that's a large reason too.
By the way, there's
Side
been a
to
lot
Sydney
of upsets
Sanders
in
here.
baseball in the tournament.
Big matchup here, power on power with Sid Sanders, who hit 2 last night. She does not get cheated on any swing, including the 2 yesterday against Oregon.
Yeah, she really worked the count too. She is patient. She is disciplined. Both of her home runs yesterday came on a full count, one on a changeup and then one on a low rise ball where she just threw her barrel on it, was able to keep it fair. That pitch was about a ball and a half inside. Such a great piece of hitting by Sid Sanders on 2 different pitches in a full count.
5 home runs, now tied for 5th most all-time at the World Series, with a couple of players, including former Oklahoma great Shane Knight.
Did Texas Tech win the Big 12?
Yeah.
A 2-2 from Kennedy.
That's Shay Knighton.
Speaking of the Oklahoma great Shane Knighton, who was part of the 2016 to 19 teams, a 2-time All-American for OU. One of many national champions to wear the Sooner colors and the Sooner uniform. And a few of them are ready to roar tonight in the OU cheering section. 3-2. That's the home run count for Sid Sanders.
I feel like we've seen
Come on,
this
Sid.
before. She sure does know how to work the count.
Trying to be the first Sooner to reach base. And she will. A 3-2 changeup high. And Oklahoma has its first base runner. Ilana Agbayani, the transfer from BYU, that's 6th tonight. Another very patient hitter. Agbayani, a 320 average, but a 448 on base percentage. 30 walks to just 14 strikeouts, including a walk that set up a 3-run rally against Tennessee in the 7th Thursday. Chops her way through strike 1.
Come on, man. You got to do better than that.
Mark Riles, are you a Texas Tech fan?
Falling off of her screwball a couple of times, trying to work that outside corner where Nyjah Kennedy will throw her rise ball on multiple different levels, but she'll also work her screwball that will move away from these left-handed hitters trying to paint the corner. It's just seemingly fallen out of her hand a couple of times, not getting good spin and location on that pitch quite yet. Maybe a little bit sweaty out there. Maybe it just isn't feeling right now.
Well, Nyjah Kennedy, because of all the strikeouts, can throw a lot of pitches. Much more efficient in the tournament, but on the whole, she throws a lot. And Oklahoma takes a lot. 5 pitches here, and Kennedy ends it with a changeup and a strikeout.
It's a pitch that you have to be aware of with 2 strikes. She pops it out of her hand. Agbayani way out in front of that changeup, and Kennedy throws that pitch through the zone. That pitch from her freshman year has just gotten better and better.
It's not that same
Strike
female
one to
is it,
Sydney Barker.
calling the game.
What?
It's not that same
Obviously, the
female
big
umpire.
difference
Is it?
for Nyjah against Oklahoma
No,
2
I don't
years ago
think
is
so.
the lineup she's facing. There is very little resemblance, but the way she throws a
No,
lot
it's
different
not.
too. Not just that Rise ball that Lonnie Alameda, the Florida State coach, calls a unicorn pitch because of its spin and sweep, a screwball, and a much better changeup. Barker muscles one.
There we go.
Tony drops into center, and Sanders takes third on the game's first hit.
Clap
Sidney
it up.
Barker dropped 4 spots in the lineup, responds with a knock.
It's a great battle by a freshman going up against Kennedy, dealing with this rise ball up and in her hands with 2 strikes, and Barker
Rise
just
ball.
beats it off and finds
Starting to learn
grass.
some stuff.
There you go.
Good piece of hitting with 2 strikes. Good base running by Sanders, who was there via.
I'm tired of packed lunches. I want packed bags.
You caught up.
Barker pumped. First AB against Nyjah Kennedy, and she gets a hit.
And an 0-2 count at that. Tara Archibald, pitching coach, went to the circle. Agasso called her offense together.
Straight shooter said,
Her
get
son
your rally
JT
caps
went
out.
out there as well.
We got our weakest hitter
And
coming
it's
up
first
to plate,
and third
man.
for
Suck.
Isabella Emmerling.
Then get your rally cap on, man.
There's just power
Rally cap.
She walks a
power
lot.
throughout this Oklahoma lineup. One of the best home run hitting teams in the country, and year after year, you always have to be wary of the long ball.
That's
Another
what I'm
wicked
worried
changeup for strike one. Oklahoma, one of the best teams in the country with runners in scoring position, has faded a bit in these spots here. 2 for 17. 1 walk, 6 strikeouts at the World Series. Emmerling Tony is there.
So close.
Kennedy escapes the jam, and we remain scoreless.
Oh, dude. There it was. Oh, my God. So close, man. Damn.
That'd have been a dagger for Tech.
Oh, my God, dude. That's exactly. I can't really blame her. I mean, that's shit. So close.
Hey,
Oh,
straight
well.
shooter. Straight shooter. Share us out. Get your friends in here, brother.
Straight
Right.
shooter.
Go ahead.
Oh, you Bell Pass. Oh, you from Bell Pass? Oh, shit. Oh, all right. Hell yeah, man. I know where your people are at.
Kilbrady's a better salesman than me. I'm going to get him to do the like and the subscribe shit.
Well, let's see where we even are. I don't even know where we are right now. Let's see. So we're up to 19. No, check that. We're at 25 likes. That's pretty good, actually. We're just under 50 in the room. So I don't understand what this clown shit is, man. It's so weird. Anyway, yeah, we need to get. Let's at least push it to 150. We need 100 in the chat, and we need 50 likes. I know it doesn't mean much to y'all, man, but it means a lot to us, and even more so if you can subscribe to the channel, that'd be even better. So we can do this more and more often. We're gonna do quite a few watch alongs throughout the year. So we'll always be able to do this. So you're gonna want to subscribe to the channel for the watch alongs anyway. But we also do some live streaming, like to talk about college football, like to talk about college sports in general. And we would love to have you around.
Yep. And it's all free.
And it's all free. It's all free. And if you want if you want to end up on the show sometime, if you actually deputize yourself and get your posse badge, become an official member of the posse and get deputized. And deputizing yourself only costs $2.99 a month. That's half a bottle of water for the outlaw a week. I think we can do it. So, man, if we can get some regulars to hang out, man, that'd be awesome. All right,
So
now
who
the
also
Louisiana
said Sam
Library
Landry
back up on
is
in
a
the circle.
sweetheart to me and my wife. She means the world to us. Hard to imagine what this is like
Mark
for
Ryle
these
said
two,
that Tech is
Amanda.
nothing
It's
without
been a
Kent.
wonderful fit for Jerry in Lubbock. It's been a perfect fit for Sam in Oklahoma, but this is not a moment that maybe they dreamed of, having to go head-to-head with Sam Landry's career on the line.
That's funny how it all works out, isn't it? And no hard feelings like sometimes there is whenever the transfer portal is involved and you see your old head coach, and it's just not like that in this situation.
And Landry has been dealing as she strikes out Langoliers.
But let me tell you, the Glasgow family is still heavy on Sam Landry's heart. On her glove is the name Jerry Ann. Well, Jerry Ann is the daughter of Coach Glasgow, who was killed in a car accident in 2019. They first met each other when she was in 8th grade and would come to Louisiana camps. And when Sam was pitching at Louisiana, she wore number 12 in honor of Jerry Ann. Well, when she came to Oklahoma, the number 12 wasn't available. So she texted Coach Glasgow and said, "I'm still playing for Jerry Ann," just in the form of writing her name on my glove.
12 turns into 21 at Oklahoma. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing that Sam Landry's done, Taylor. Beautiful relationship those two have. Jerry Glasgow's late daughter, Jerry Ann, who was a wonderful player, Gatorade National Player of the Year in high school, was an All-American, played at Georgia and Oregon. One of 3 Glasgow daughters who've either played or coached now. His daughter, Tara, here, and his daughter, Erin, who played for Texas A&M at the World Series.
And Jerry has mentioned Jerry Ann and saying big reason why he continues to stay close to the game is that he feels.
Step into a new 2025 Kia Sportage and set out on your next adventure. Wherever the road takes you, Sportage.
And at his heart, I mean, he's the head coach
caught
at
up.
Texas Tech, but at his heart, he's a softball dad. That's why he started to get involved in the sport, and he just has coached at every single level now and fighting for a spot in the National Championship Series.
3-2 for his right fielder, Alana Johnson. After a strikeout for Alexa Langoliers, Sam Landry and Oklahoma needing to beat Texas Tech twice to make it to the championship series. Here's a 3-2.
Good job getting rid of that pitch. Her changeup again. She is throwing that multiple times to every hitter. And I feel like at this point in the game, Texas Tech, first time through the lineup, has handled that pitch fairly well. Both of her strikeouts have come off the changeup, but spoiling some of them too. But she will continue to throw it despite that.
Landry yesterday threw just 65 pitches in 4 1/3 innings. She was incredibly efficient in a relief win against Oregon. Texas Tech is wearing her out here. Pitch number 39 is smoked foul.
Well, and think about that long term too, Kevin, in case we have to go to games. She is their ace. They want to see as many pitches as possible with Sam Landry in the circles. They get more looks off of her. They wear her down, knowing that Oklahoma has to win 2 to advance, and Texas Tech just needs to win 1.
Another long at bat will extend.
Spoiling it again.
Yesterday, she only threw just over 4 pitches per batter, 4.1 to the Ducks. And with this next one to Johnson, she'll be at 6.8 pitches per batter through the first 6 hitters. The pitch count is climbing on a very sticky night. Number 10 to Johnson is inside.
Oh, man, that was a good
and the
pitch.
second Texas Tech walk.
Tony Hall,
That was another
glad to
great
have
at bat. Lana
Didn't know
Johnson
that
fouling off
too, that
several pitches to
out
work
there,
that walk.
people surfing. You would
Mentioned
just,
2 walks in this game, and
like,
Texas
share,
Tech had
comment,
2
subscribe,
walks
and
in the
get your
World
friends up
Series
here.
before this
Yeah,
game.
we're going to be doing a lot of college football. That's what we mainly do.
So 1 on 1 out for Demi Elder. Elder rips the first pitch into the right field corner. There Johnson. She'll be waved around from third. Elder on her way there. It's an RBI triple. After all that patience, Demi Elder's ambush puts the Red Raiders on the board.
We talked about Texas Tech hunting early in the count, looking to drive something early in the count, and she doesn't want to deal with the changeup, so she handles the curveball, looks for something 68, 69, up in the zone, and she gets it. She's on time with it, hustles around all the way to get a triple. And then Alana Johnson turns on the wheels to score the first run of this game. That ball was absolutely smoked off the bat of Demi Elder, who's been a leader on this team. And look at the emotion, knowing that every run you score supports the best pitcher in the country of Nyjah Kennedy. And it feels like a mile to catch up when she's in the circle.
And for the 23rd consecutive game, a frankly unfathomable number, Texas Tech has scored first. And they do so on Demi Elder's first triple of the season. That's a run for Nyjah Kennedy. And sometimes a run is enough. Here's Victoria Valdez. First pitch swinging. That's a high pop-up. Elder will tag from third. She's going to hold. Too shallow for anything as Pickering heaved it in. Big second out for Sam Landry. Now the freshman Bailey
Keep that runner
Lindemuth.
third, man. Let's stay in that runner for him.
Lindemuth buries one to center for a base hit.
Damn.
3 straight batters put the first pitch in play, and it's a 2-run second for Texas Tech.
When you're getting production from your 9-hole,
That's a
who's
problem.
a freshman, you are feeling
That's
good
a real
at the plate.
problem.
And clearly,
Yeah,
the strategy is to be aggressive
They're
early
making
in the
them throw a
count,
lot
to
of
hunt the
pitches.
first pitch, get something firm.
Making them throw a lot
Because
of
these
pitches.
Texas Tech hitters are barreling up these pitches out of the hand of Landry, not wanting to deal with that changeup. That's her favorite pitch, and lots to smile about if you're Bailey Lindemuth, because I'm sure that felt good coming off of the barrel.
The first 6 batters saw 41 pitches. The last 3 have seen 3.
Like
That's
Sean
a
James
freshman
said,
who
you're
was
in
a
the right
first
place,
team
Tony
All
Hall.
Big 12er.
If you want
When she drives in a run at the bottom of their
Unbridled,
lineup, Texas Tech is
blunt
18-1.
on just
And they
about
are
everything.
rolling right now. They look absolutely fearless against the 4-time defending champs. Jen Rocha out for a visit to try to settle Sam Landry down.
And she's one of the best to do it. Jen Rocha is so calm. I remember Jerry Glasgow was talking to Sam Landry about working with Jen Rocha because she's just one of the best. And in a situation where the inning, I should say, is starting to feel out of control, she's the one that you want to hear from. She is always so calm and knows exactly what to say to these pitchers.
Texas Tech's going to pinch hit for the leadoff hitter, Davis, with the freshman Anya German. Davis 0 for the World Series, 0 for 7. And here's German, who swings at the first pitch he sees in the whole NCAA tournament.
This is something that post-game Jerry Glasgow said he likes to do, is bring pinch hitters in, get them involved, give them opportunities, pinch hit for different types of people, even ones that you're not necessarily expecting, like the leadoff hitter, Maya Davis.
Ball. The last player signed to the roster, originally a Creighton commit. No swing, says Cameron Ellison. Jerry said it after the game Saturday against UCLA. They may only get one at-bat, but that at-bat is important mentally to know they had an opportunity to play for their sisters in the dugout. Ball. A delayed steal here. Emmerling's throw will not be in time. Lindemuth, after the base hit, ends up with a steal of second.
And Texas Tech is just getting to play with their offensive approach right now, just working on all cylinders. Emmerling double clutched and just couldn't get a great grip. It was on the wrong side of the bag. Good jump.
It's just your 4th steal of the year and 8 tries, Bailey Lindemuth.
Jerry Glasgow will make all these different moves as Emmerling caught that changeup and like a little bit of a double pump to the wrong side of the bag. Lindemuth easily stole second.
So 2-1 for German. I tell you, I thought it was a delayed steal because of the double pump.
Yeah.
Her timing was good. Emmerling was just caught off guard. And we've seen teams be able to run on Oklahoma here at the World Series. The last 4 years with Kinsey Hansen, you basically never saw that. 2-2. That's in the dirt. Lindemuth's going for third. And she'll get there.
Woo!
This wild ride in the second continues.
She was running out of base.
It's a great read by Lindemuth to pick up the changeup. She's at second base, so she can see the ball out of the hand clearly. She's actually going on the pitch. Glasgow sends her again. That pitch was down. Great pitch to run on. Jerry Glasgow pushing the right buttons.
German fouls away a 3-2.
Remember, this is a coach who called a steal of home in a scoreless game against UCLA. He likes to be aggressive, even despite at some points this year getting thrown out. He just keeps the foot on the gas pedal consistently, and his team feeds off of that too.
The guy who keeps hitting on 16 and getting 5s at the blackjack table right now. Another 3-2 for German. Lindemuth at third. Swing and a miss. That ends the inning. Not often that Oklahoma looks a little shook. They've got plenty of time, but right now it is all Texas Tech.
You said that Oklahoma looked like they were shook. Well, I mean, the pressure's on Oklahoma, not Texas Tech. So, of course, they're going to get a little tight.
Oh, absolutely.
Behind because they're an elimination game and Texas Tech ain't.
Well, here's where you are. Here's where we are. You got nothing to lose now. You're down 2. This seems like, for most, this is almost an impossible task for most, right? And because Kennedy is that good. And this is it. This is elimination game. So hope that one of two things is going to happen. That's they're going to either take a step back and relax and loosen up and just go for it, or they're going to pucker up even tighter and this lead's going to get a lot worse.
Yep.
So, we'll see what happens, man. But at the end of the day, part of it is, how it is. You go up against a stud pitcher, there's the intimidation factor alone. Hitting's hard enough. And they need to stop worrying about hitting massive shots. They just need to put the barrel on the ball, solid contact, and just hit the ball. They don't need to put the weight of the world on their shoulders. They don't need to be.
I saw we all had a lot of single home runs.
Yeah, they don't.
Not home runs like with people on base that much, except for that Tennessee game.
But here's the interesting thing. All of those multi-home run games come when they're not trying to hit home runs. You know what I mean? And in the last game that they lost to Texas, to me it looked like they were taking massive cuts all the time. And the game, the elimination game, the Oregon game that they just won, the girl that hit those 2 home runs, you go back and look at them, and she doesn't look like she's swinging for the fences. Softball, you don't have to hit. It's not nearly as far as a baseball diamond. So you just put good contact on the ball, and you can lift one out.
Sean James says that y'all missing Kinsey Hansen.
Well, that's absolutely true. I mean, the funny thing is, 2 of the SEC's, the top 2 catchers in the SEC were riding OU's bench behind Kinsey Hansen. That's Nugent at Tennessee and Erickson at Florida. Those were Oklahoma players, man. So unfortunately they left because they were really good and they didn't want to sit. And we had to fill a gap. We've got a great young catcher who's will be the starter next year, but we had to fill a gap. We got Isabella Emmerling from North Carolina, and unfortunately, she's just not. She's not nearly the level of what Oklahoma's used to across the board, but certainly behind the plate lately with Kenzie Hansen. Emmerling doesn't come close defensively or offensively. I mean, dude, I think she's only thrown 2 people out from home plate all year. You see how easy Texas Tech is running on.
Nyjah Kennedy working with a 2-0 lead. Pitches to the 9-hitter.
I agree. The catcher seems to be struggling at times. Is that what you're trying to say?
Pickering and Parker, junior and 2 sophomores. Strike 2.
I think that you can just tell, especially with the strikeouts against UCLA from Nyjah, how much she has evolved as a pitcher.
Lagging
Yes,
a little
she
bit
still
tonight
throws
on
the
the,
rise. Yes, she had a changeup when we saw her here that she threw
friends
more
up in here.
her freshman year than she did in the
612
regular
last
season.
night.
She threw it more at the World Series than she did in the regular season.
have to
But
hit that
where
like
she's grown the
button
most is
subscribe
being able to throw these pitches through the
Like
zone.
and pushes
Because
the
now,
algorithm.
at this point, she is a junior. Everybody knows her. Everybody has scouted her. They know that she's going to have those pitches. So she's really had to hone in her spin and the location of those pitches to be more effective against these hitters.
I sent you a text,
who are now looking
JPC.
for specifics off of her.
That's into left from Dayton. Oh, that was a little bit tricky for Elder.
In her freshman year, when she faced Oklahoma, she was getting some of the best hitters that you know of, like Tiare Jennings, to swing and miss at a rise ball even above her head because nobody really knew her back then. But now she's being able to locate her changeup, even throw her screwball more through the zone. That changeup has been effective. She's been using her screwball more as well, and not relying as much on her rise ball that is at an eye level that she was used to her freshman year because nobody really knew her getting swings and misses on. She's grown as a pitcher tremendously.
Second time through now. Cassidy Pickering finds herself quickly down 0-2.
She knows it. Like, we knew that was coming.
Before you even have a second to breathe.
I responded to your text.
0-2 to one of the nation's best on-base machines. 541 on-base percentage.
And that's a prime example of that pitch,
Thanks,
that
I
0-2
probably
pitch,
shouldn't
where
say that
maybe
live
her
on
freshman
air,
year when she was
anyway.
facing different teams here on this field, they swung at that. Now you see it just takes, they see it start at a certain height. They know it's going to head out of the strike zone, so it puts pressure on her to make a pitch through the zone.
Pickering gets under one to left center, traveling out there, but shy of the warning track for Davis.
And that is an example right there, a pitch through the zone, not necessarily a strikeout, but gets her an out. So in her freshman year, she had 13 strikeouts on her rise ball. In 2024, 16. And look at the comparison to her changeup strikeouts. Now it's about 50-50. Also, you can mix in a screwball with that as well, but it's a location of the
Just
rise
random
ball that
thought
has changed
today.
for her,
I
being able to
saw
throw it on multiple
the
levels.
newest movie, The Planet of
Those
the
hitters aren't
Apes.
going to chase it.
That's a pretty
up
good
as
movie.
much.
You need to check it out.
Yeah.
Well, 3 strikeouts.
Yeah, I hadn't
2
seen
on
it
the
in a
changeup
while.
tonight. Looking for a 1-2-3 against Parker. Rounded out on a check swing to the catcher Valdez. Parker swings and misses. Been a little more high heat.
Did y'all
this
have
inning
gray
for
helmets
Nyjah.
the other day? Is this the first time y'all wore the gray helmets?
I hate the gray. Nah, they wear these unis fairly regularly. I can't stand the gray uniform.
There's a swing called
I
by
don't really
Aaron
like
Peterson on another rise ball.
I like that crimson.
Yeah, I don't like them at all. The football team has
Kennedy's
this
gone to
same
2
thing.
strikes on 9 of Patty Gasso's 11 hitters so far.
And the one common
feel like a
denominator
bowling
of
ball
each of
going
the years
across
that she's been here is that she's thrown her changeup more once she's gotten here. Only threw it 2% of the time on the full year, her freshman year, but 16% when she got here on this field.
What happened to the screen?
2-3 inning for Nyjah Kennedy, who is lighting this lineup up.
She struck out.
That she did. Marjorie Kennedy, man, she look. Is that her name? Marjorie Kennedy?
Nyjah.
Marjorie Kennedy?
Nyjah, yeah.
Marjorie.
They call her, well, never mind. Nyjah Kennedy, yeah.
Yeah. Her hair, man, sort of reminds me of that movie Predator. Have you ever seen Predator? She looks like a predator, man, with that damn mask on her face, man. She looks like she's preying on y'all. Big old gargantuan.
She's definitely having her way with us right now.
Big
That's for sure.
gargantuan ass forehead. She looks like one of them Ferignes on Star Trek.
She's definitely tearing our asses up right now. You know, and look, at the end of the day, you know, all good runs have to come to an end. If this is where it ends, this team still overachieved, and we'll see what kind of juice they've got next year. It's been a great run, man. It's been a great run. Last year was improbable, and we got it last year, so it was way too much to. I don't know, man.
And beating Tennessee.
You never know. With this team, you can never count them out, literally, until the third out is recorded. They've got a shot.
Every time we go to commercial,
it's tough.
Every time we go to commercial and we start talking, people start leaving. Y'all know that we're going to go back to the game live, right? We're not going to just keep talking. When it goes to commercial, we can't play it because if you do, it gets demonetized. So, you know. Like every time we go to commercial, we lose about 10 people.
All right, it's all right. They'll be back. Man, if y'all can help us out and hit that like button, somebody just gave us one. If y'all can hit that like button, man, that helps us a lot.
And it don't take but 2 seconds, man. It ain't like we're charging you for it. And the word subscribe, a lot of people think you're paying for something. You're not. It's free also. That just allows you to be notified when we're up on the air. But if you want to do a little something extra like Sean James and Killer Breeze and others who got the badge, are deputized during the Outlaw Posse, it's not but $2.99 a month. That's just 75 cents a week. That's a half a bottle of water for the Outlaw. You get a random Four Horsemen shout out on the actual podcast, as well as possibly the comment of the day.
We want to drop our faces, man. Put them to the side.
All right.
Either Fresno State or Cal. Last of those was Bruins Bears in 04, so there's never been an in-state champ series. Nearly Tony leading off the third against Sam Landry. If Oklahoma can rally to win today, it would be just the fifth time we'd have an all-conference champs series and the second all-SEC, Florida-Alabama in 2014.
Yeah, we lost that one. Thanks for bringing that up, asshole.
It would also, by the way, be the third time in the last 4 years Texas and Oklahoma would meet in the championship series. Jerry Glasgow came down after that ball one. He's talking with Aaron Peterson.
Got another Mike White crybaby wannabe.
I don't think Jerry's trying to get a warning today like he did on Saturday. Which, by the way, he basically admitted after the game. He was fired up in the second inning at the strike zone for Nigel Kennedy. Steve Gould was the plate umpire, and after the game, Jerry said he's a tremendous umpire, and he's here for a reason. He's a tremendous umpire. But I thought it was important for my team to know I'm going to fight for you here.
I also started this live stream a little later than what I normally do. So that might have messed me up a little bit.
Again, he has a reason for everything he does. And I know that every coach is like that,
People
but
that
Jerry
have little
Glasgow
live streams
will
don't matter. You gotta jump on me.
verbalize that reason usually to you.
He takes the guesswork out of the equation
Yeah,
often.
he lets you know.
Betty Gasso was talking about him. She said, I've watched his career move around some, but he's an amazing coach. And some of the stuff he pulls out of his hat was pretty epic. So he's somebody who does it the right way. Slow ground ball to Sanders for the first out.
This could be a big rebound inning for Sam Landry. Try to grab some momentum in the circle. Texas Tech has really made her work the first 2 innings. On 50 pitches through those 2 innings. If she could get a 3 up, 3 down against the heart of the order, that is grabbing some big momentum for the rest of her team to carry into their bats.
Working on Lauren Allred.
Ball inside.
Allred had a tone-setting plate appearance in the first inning. Flight out, but on 10 pitches.
Ball.
Transfer from Louisiana against the transfer from Louisiana.
You can see how much that Sam Landry will go to that changeup. And I asked her earlier in the year if she's always had a great changeup. And she said, yes, I've always just thrown one changeup, a flip change. People have tried to get me to change it and change your grip, throw a horseshoe, a knuckle, a circle change, all these different types. But it's her flip change that is her favorite pitch. She has the most confidence in that pitch, so much trust in it.
A lot of people
And she
at
really
home
feels
on
like
the weekend.
in order to hit that pitch, you have to be sitting on it,
Yes.
or else she's going to have
Sort of
success
an
with
early
it.
game, 6
And throwing
o'clock.
her drop ball more this
Pick
year
on
than what she
Monday
did at
night.
Louisiana.
And that one's in the dirt.
Well, I
Landry's
think you got,
walked the batter in every
let's
inning.
see.
And that puts a base runner aboard for Nigeria Kennedy. First time through an 8-pitch battle, Kennedy ended up grounding out to short. What stood out the first meeting between Kennedy and Landry here?
This base runner is going
Way
to
that
end
she
up at
took
third
that
base
changeup
before
that
it's over
was-
with.
It down in the dirt. Seemed like she had good recognition of that pitch and was looking for something harder. Well, we mentioned this before, but the fact that Niger Kennedy was going to be able to hit in this lineup is a big reason why she wanted to come here. And she said on her visit, it was mostly talking about hitting with Jerry, like 90 minutes talking about hitting, and then 30 minutes just talking about pitching with Jerry's daughter, the pitching coach on the Texas Tech staff, Tara Archibald.
Off the end of her bat. That's into shallow center. Biondi gets there. And nearly had all that went in standing to first. Out number 2 in the third.
It's a good adjustment by Landry not to throw that pitch, the changeup, in the dirt like we were talking about. She threw that pitch through the zone and ended up getting ahead of Kennedy and also off the end of her bat for an easy pop-up.
Two down for Lexa Langoliers. Strikeout victim her first time.
Swing.
Senior had an all Big 12 year. Her first with Texas Tech.
Ball.
And a familiar name to stick and ball fans. Her brother Shay, catcher for the formerly Oakland, now cityless, but playing Sacramento A's. And she wears number 23 for him because, as she said, quote, I wanted to wear it better than he ever did.
Ball.
So there's a little bit of competitiveness there.
Just a little
picking
bit.
up on.
Shay talked about the relationship with his sister a couple of days ago in a piece on MLB.com. He said she used to come along with me to watch all my baseball tournaments growing up. And he said Alexa is actually the more athletic of the two. First round catcher Shay and Alexa trying to get to the Champ Series.
We're foul here. We're foul here.
Next pitch will be the 69th of the game. Not yet done with the third inning.
Ball.
It's in the dirt. Seven 3-ball counts for Sam Landry in 14 batters.
Come on, Sam.
Allred will get a running start
Oh, baby.
on 3-2. Langoliers serves one in the center.
There we go.
Ends the third.
There we go.
Was a good bounce back inning for Landry. Part of the OU order against Niger.
All right, well,
All right, now we're in commercial, so y'all don't leave. We're going to go back to the game live, and you can hear the announcers. We're just keeping y'all from having to watch boring-ass commercials. Right? I'd much rather listen to somebody else talk about sports than these commercials. Wouldn't you?
well, yes. Outlaw, I would. I hate commercials though. I can't stand the commercials.
Exactly.
Some people like commercials. You know, I'm not a commercial guy.
I used to like the Super Bowl commercials, but now they're shit too. So
They were terrible this year. I didn't really watch. I didn't watch much of the game, but the
worried
little
about
bit.
hurting somebody's feelings, man. They might say some kind of joke that hurts somebody's feelings, man.
I just didn't like it at all, man. I didn't watch much, but the part that I did watch, the commercials were terrible. You know, but I think Oklahoma needs to get some. If they really want a shot, they've got to score, man. They got to put a run on the board here. We've got to get at least one back.
Sean James said he'd much rather listen to us than listen to commercials. So when the commercials come back, why does people keep leaving, man? It's like we had 70 and it dropped. 13 people dropped out in the commercial, man. It's so stupid. It's aggravating as hell, man. Like, y'all some impatient bastards, boy. We're going to go back to the game.
I don't even know, man. It's who knows, man? Who knows?
But like I said, I've been checking on other streamers out there. They're doing about the same numbers. I think it's just because it's a weekday. You know,
it's possible.
On the weekend, everybody, a lot more people are free to watch stuff on the weekend.
Yeah, it's we gotta do something. I think. What do y'all think? What does the chat think, man? Don't you think we need to get one back this inning? We need to get some. I feel like if we wait till the very end, not good.
Can't be on time for both.
There's a Nick Saban softball.
But JT just got in the circle, tuned him up a bit. We'll see how that goes. What did he say? I can't tell you. I had to ask.
Yeah.
Thanks, Coach.
Get the hell away from there. She's trying to get that food of magic, man.
It's been impeccable this week. Arguably the greatest.
By the way, where's Crystal Lopez?
History, certainly at the top of the conversation, and nobody's done what Oklahoma's done the last.
Y'all go find Crystal Lopez.
235 and 15.
Where is Crystal?
Never been shut out. Never been run ruled. They've shut out teams 114 times. They've run ruled teams about 60% of the time.
Yeah.
We need to run this
It's impossible that it really happened. As Gabby Garcia drops down a bunt foul.
We need to run this.
So no Texas Tech fan I know is celebrating this because Oklahoma may be down, but until the game is over, and the rare occasion when it is, and they're on the losing side, they are literally never out.
They never are. And we showed those heroic moments in order for them to be the 4-time defending national champs. And they were elimination magic that led them to the champ series. Big swings late in the game. This team knows how to come back, and they know how to fight.
Versa Brito is a major part of that four-peat right there, and Alumni Central in the front row.
Here we go.
Gabby Garcia, heart of the order. Takes low. So Patty talked to Taylor there about not quite being on time. When you have a pitcher with two pitches that distinct, how do you get on time?
You have to pick one. So her changeup coming in at 56, 57 as a hitter, you need to have a rhythm that goes with that speed if that's the pitch that you are going to sit on. And the same breath, if you want to try to hit her harder stuff, 73, 74 up in the zone, then you have to start your swing early and make sure that you're hitting a strike and not one that is going too far high out of the zone.
Not a chance.
She's lefty. She's been working them a lot on the outside corner with her hard stuff with her screw.
And she strikes out Garcia for a second time. 5 Ks for Kennedy.
The second time through, too, she's being able to expand the zone up like we talked about when she was a freshman here pitching against Oklahoma, because the first time through, she was more down. Now she's getting them to go with her to chase that rise ball. It's set up by the screwball and the changeup the first time through the order. Now she's going more up.
When you look at the numbers for Gabby Garcia, 194 plate appearances, 19 strikeouts. She has gone down swinging twice. Only McEnroe Marinas with a jam job over to first. And two quick outs in the fourth.
They just can't
She's
hit her.
just been
I'm
so
surprised at
efficient, too,
this.
ever since we saw her in the Super Regional
I didn't think
pitching
they would
against
struggle
Florida
this
State.
much.
Remember, at that point, and even the weekend before that, in the regional, she was battling a blister on her pointer finger. So felt some pain there, couldn't spin the ball as well. So she was pitching more to contact in the Super Regional, not getting as many strikeouts.
That ball.
Up and in. That hits Sanders. So Sid Sanders has been on base with a
Has any
walk and
team
now
been
a hit
able to
by
put a lot of
pitch.
runs on Texas Tech?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
Like it hit the knob of her bat, huh?
I think it did. That's off the knob.
Yes.
Texas Tech is not choosing to challenge.
It hit her hand, though. Hit her hand, too.
They have two.
Looked like it hit her hand, too.
Surprised nobody picked up on that.
What is it?
Y'all ain't challenge.
Break.
Y'all
Too late now.
Oklahoma.
She threw a tortilla shell out.
Great looks from our crew with all the incredible camera angles we have. You could see that ball clearly off the knob. Now Alana
That wasn't good.
Agbayani.
It looked like it
fouls
hit her
one away.
hand, too. That guy's a spastic. It's clearly off her hand. It was clearly off the bat.
Daughter of Benny Agbayani, former New York Met, 5-year big leaguer. She's had a wonderful year winning a Gold Glove and play at second base. Couple of big swings as well, including a grand slam against Texas earlier in the year. The SEC Player of the Week back in April when OU swept Texas. She was 6 for 8.
No way. Come on, fight her off. Make a pitch.
Agbayani, the tying run on a 2-2. She grounds the ball over to Allred. Gonna have to hurry, and she dives into the corner of the bag.
Man, they didn't look at that one.
Great play at first by Lauren Allred.
And she knows, too, that Agbayani has speed down the line, but the dive is
Yes,
what
she does.
saves it.
Yeah.
Great effort by Allred. Gets a rollover off the changeup. She bobbles it, but stays with it, and the dive. That's passion.
Stop playing that stupid-ass music, man. They're going to screw me again.
Well, that's it. 9 outs away. You got 9 more outs, man. You got to make it happen.
Well, it's like you said, though. I mean, y'all sort of, playing with house money. Y'all knocked that one out on Tennessee. Y'all could have easily been eliminated by now. Had it not been for that nice movie-like home run. I mean, anything else, man, y'all did me a huge favor. Y'all put a loss on Tennessee. Y'all ain't knocked them out. But y'all put a loss on Tennessee that you could tell that shit ripped the hearts out of their asses, man.
Well, man, and I mean, but it really, you gotta, it really is as simple as it can possibly be. Like, obviously, they're not going to win it every year. That's not happening. The fact that they
used to winning it every year, which y'all have been for the last 4 years.
Yeah,
people, you know how people get, man. They're never satisfied.
Well, I would imagine it's a lot like Alabama with Saban there. They were winning championships left and right, and then when he wasn't winning them quite as frequently towards the end, you had people, talking smack. So, it's just how it is, man. At the end of the day, the run has to end at some point. It would make sense for it to end. I mean, again, they overachieved already. They won the regular season SEC title. They co-champs of the SEC tournament. They made it to the World Series. They made it to the semis of the World Series. They faced elimination, by the way, when they beat Oregon. That was the 9th consecutive elimination game in a row that Oklahoma won as well. So, like, at a certain point, that run is just not going to continue. So,
Tony Hall wants to know if anyone's bought tickets at an OU game from scalpers that were bogus tickets. I've never done that. I've never.
I have not. I have bought tickets from scalpers before, but they were legit. In fact, some of the best tickets I ever had, all the best tickets I've ever had have come from scalpers.
Robert Bacon said y'all were predicted to finish in the middle of the pack in the SEC at the beginning of the year.
Exactly.
That's true.
So, you know, I it sucks for Sam Landry because this is her last year, so she's not gonna, this is kind of it for her. And man, at the end of the day, where Oklahoma was, we had two big weaknesses compared to what we've had over the last 6, 7, 8 years.
And her rise.
We were weak at the
pitches for
plate,
Landry
a
today.
catcher,
She has thrown
and
a
we
lot
only had
at
one
this World
good
Series.
pitcher. We
139
didn't have
in the
enough
walk-off
pitching
win over
depth.
Tennessee, 106 against Texas Saturday, 65 yesterday.
Yeah, y'all don't rebuild. Y'all just reload, Robert.
And that's pitch number 382 for Sam Landry since Thursday. Remember, if they win Oklahoma, they've got to play one more. To find out how much gas Sam Landry has in the tank here. She's taken the ball nearly every time in the tournament for OU. Alana Johnson has been all over her. That's fair. Johnson, after a 10-pitch walk, knocks an 0-2 into the left field corner. A leadoff Texas Tech double.
She has been the spark in both of her plate appearances. Back in the second when they scored to work that walk and see a lot of pitches, and now battling off this 0-2 changeup that is just too far up. Oftentimes, Alana Johnson will swing and miss at this changeup, but a good piece of hitting to stick with it, sink into her front leg, and keep her barrel back long enough to punch it to the left side. Alana Johnson having a great day at the plate, picking up this changeup out of the hand of Landry.
It's been a special season for Alana Johnson, transfer from Washington. She's had a huge postseason. Look, it's every one of these kids' dream to be at the World Series, but this is a dream come true for Alana. That is a young Alana Johnson on the left saying, hey, Mom and Dad, you will be watching me play here in a few years. And there she is on the right in Tallahassee, all grown up with the same sign, which is here tonight.
Made it here to Oklahoma City. Truly a full circle moment when she had that here at this field, wrote it all up. Oh my gosh, what a cool moment. That's what it's all about.
Her mom, Koshia, told me that she's always been headstrong. In fact, in kindergarten, her dad bet her that if you never make a B in class, I will buy you a car when you graduate. She was valedictorian, never made a B. So that car's coming, but just when she goes to mid school, guys.
Amazing. That is amazing. Wow.
Finally over
Small
70.
town Mississippi kid.
Finally
Went
over
to
70. Y'all hit that
Washington,
like
made a
button.
World Series there a couple of
Tell your
years
friends
ago.
about us and subscribe. It's all
A
free
lot of
fun.
Huskies went into the portal after last year. Alana did, and this was the right fit for her. And now Logan Holloman pinch hitting for Demi Elder. Another decision that is somewhere between wily and crazy in the Jerry Glasgow scale. Demi Elder had a RBI triple, and Jerry Glasgow immediately pinch hits for her. Holloman butts it, spinning back to Landry, who throws her out. A successful sacrifice as Johnson takes third.
And Jerry Glasgow is telling his dugout, let's get out of the dugout and applaud the bunt of Holloman. Immediately when she put it down successfully, pointed to his dugout saying, let's go. It's obviously why she was in there, to use her short game to advance the runner 60 feet, to have a runner at third base with less than 2 outs.
So he bunts to get to Valdez. She's 1 for 17 here in the NCAA tournament. He is putting a lot of responsibility on his catcher's shoulders here. The former battery mate for Sam Landry.
Swing on the swing.
And Valdez is quickly in an 0-2 hole.
That's K. I thought that was 3.
Valdez was
Am
up
I-
whenever Jerry
am I called up?
Glasgow called the steal of home
Yes.
with Garcia at third base.
And
Yeah.
she strikes out on 3 pitches.
Big K.
All 3. Going to her changeup, runner at third base. Less than 2 outs. She believes in that changeup so much. Went right at Valdez to get her to chase this pitch down. That continues to be the go-to strikeout pitch for Landry. All 4 of her strikeouts on the change today.
Haley Lindemuth.
Ball.
Come on.
What a
Come
boost
on,
this
get
would
your
be
laugh out.
for Oklahoma to get out of this without a run. Lindemuth had a first pitch RBI single in the second. Tech 1 for 5 tonight with runners in scoring position. They're 3 for 12 here at the World Series. They've only scored 6. They've only allowed 1. The senior to the freshman. Way late on strike 2.
And I love that Sam Landry is continuing to go to her changeup, her favorite pitch, even despite Alana Johnson hitting it. She told me it is her easiest pitch to recover from and accept it and move on when it gets hit.
Pretty fearless young woman here. 4-12 as a freshman with runners in scoring position. Started every game but 2 at third. The other 2 she started in the circle. Lindemuth flips one out of play.
It's such an important part and reminder, Kevin, that when it's your best pitch, keep going to it. So much trust in that pitch. She believes in it. She'll throw it in any count, and it's consistently in the back of these hitters' minds. Even when they're taking it for balls, she continues to work it. She knows she has to.
A 2-strike bunt will end the inning.
He's not very happy, does he?
That guy.
Sometimes you bust on 16. Cup.
All right,
Yes.
on a commercial break. So y'all don't leave. We're going to go back to the game live.
We're never going back to the game. We're going to talk forever.
I keep saying that.
We're going to talk forever. The game is done. You're stuck here with us.
We got somebody up in here, a little bit of a new face here. Lee OB. Her arm and pitching motion just looks off from the games early in the tournament. Well, yeah, because she's pitched a lot of pitches. It's not going to be as fresh. She done went through a lot of games, so.
Hey, listen, we got 90 in the house right now, man. If y'all could do us a favor and hit that like button, it goes a long way, man. It goes a long way for us. We're going to do this throughout the year, especially during football. We're going to bring you to watch along, so come back and join us. Subscribe to the channel so you'll always know when we're doing this, but hit that like and subscribe button. And
Also,
help
just jumping
us
in
out.
here.
It's free.
If you're just jumping in here, we will be going back to the game. I hate to keep stressing that, but it seems like that's the problem tonight. People come in here at commercial break and see us talking and think that we're going to be doing the play-by-play or
We're
something.
going to talk forever. We're never going to stop.
The Lee OB also says Killer Breeze, exactly what I was thinking. Her arm is almost dragging through her release instead of driving through.
Yeah. She doesn't have the same snap on the ball. She's all arms, man. She's got long levers,
We got a first-time commenter, Micah Cook, says, hey there, I am new. I am an OU fan, by the way. We got a lot of those in here. I'm an Alabama fan first, but I do like OU an awful lot as well.
That's right.
So, good to have you, Micah. Please share us out to your friends. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and you'll be glad you did because we keep it real up in here. No censorship.
We have fun. We like to call it like it is. We don't play the politic game. We don't play the word salad game. We just call it is, call it fair with respect. And we like to talk sports, man. We like to talk sports, particularly college football, but we are Crimson Nation fans. And so with Oklahoma doing well, we decided to do some watch-alongs for the softball tournament.
Tennessee game was epic. I wish you'd been here for the end of that.
Yeah, the Tennessee game was amazing.
Well, what the hell?
Skip that ad. Oh shit. Oh, we got to run her on. We got to run her on.
Am I correct?
That's huge. That's huge because Kennedy typically gives up a solo home run every once in a while. That's usually how she allows
Basically
scoring.
copy and paste too with the two
So-
runs she has. Inside corner,
You're
gets
caught up.
jammed, but just has enough on it to find grass in the outfield. And Haley Toney is so quick and such a great freshman shortstop. She almost gets to it, but it's just out of her reach. Sydney Barker being aggressive on that inner half.
We need Crystal Lopez
Oklahoma
tonight.
gets the leadoff runner
Yeah, where's
on for the
Crystal?
first time today, and just the fourth time in 25 innings at the World Series.
What did you do with Crystal, man?
Patty Gasso, it sounded like she was saying Emberlin barely got her bat back and swung. Didn't like how quickly Kennedy was able to pitch there. Well, it is 0-1. And it is quickly 0-2.
Weakest link in the lineup.
Oklahoma has faced
Man, God bless her,
adversity
but she's
and
just
has been challenged.
She's just not
Here at the World Series,
what we're
9
used to.
elimination games in the last 5 years. They've won them all. This is a pop too short for Memberlin. And you look up and down the roster, it's a much different roster, obviously, than the Sooners that have done it before. There are only 3 seniors on this team and 9 true freshmen. That's why Patty Gasso was the SEC Coach of the Year. We're used to seeing Oklahoma dominance, but she's taken one of the youngest teams in the country to the brink of the Champ Series. Abby Dayton, left field, not quite enough as Elder flags down a long fly.
See, man, we can get it back. We can get it back with one swing of the bat right now. Cassidy Pickering, dude, is up.
Well, I think a lot of people at the
she's one of
beginning
our
of the
2
year,
best
because of
hitters.
the senior class that graduated from
But
Oklahoma,
she's been
doubted
made
that
to look
they
like a fool so far against
would even
Kennedy.
make it to this point. But this team, led by Patty Gasso and her tremendous coaching staff, got to coach this young team. Last couple of years, it had basically been on
Robert
autopilot
Bacon said
because
it's
of the
like
success
facing a
and the
female
veteran
Robert
and
Clemens.
leadership and experience that her team's had. But her coaching staff have really coached up and developed this young team as they just got better all throughout the year. Better and better and better.
It feels like cliche to say, as you look at Tiare Jennings, part of those 4 titles, that this may be Patty Gasso's best coaching job, because we could have said that last year and the year before that and the year before that and the year before that. But this is one of the all-timers, her 31st year at Oklahoma. Never would I've ever believed, she said, that we'd be where we were. Never thought they'd be SEC champions with a new staff and a new infield for the most part. Freshman captain leading the way. They've made it to the final 3. Texas Tech's trying to make sure they don't get to the final 2.
Well, now you're down to your last
Kennedy
6.
is through 5 scoreless innings, and she's
Down to your last 6 outs now. So the only good thing you can, point to is that at least they're at the heart of the lineup with Parker and Gabby Garcia and Nelly McEnroe-Morenas. Hell, those are the 3 you would pick, considering Pickering just went down. So, this is it. There's not much time left, so it's now or never. We could be looking at the end of the Oklahoma run, the official end.
Sean James got a little positivity. He says they're hitting her now. That is big. Maybe they're getting into her arm a little bit.
Yeah, and she does give up home runs, so she's just throwing really good. She's throwing really well tonight, unfortunately for us. She's got pretty good control tonight. She's throwing a lot of strikes, man. You're right, Tony. That's right.
Time to sprinkle some of that Sooner magic. Some of that Sooner fairy dust.
Sooner Magic could absolutely come into play.
It's all Crystal Lopez's fault. If she had showed up, y'all would have won the game, man.
I do feel like Crystal let us down in that regard. I do feel like we need to, yeah, man, it's this is it. We need some of that Sooner Magic. If there's any of it left, man, we need it now.
Last game was down to.
But here's the thing.
Oh, it's typical Sooner Magic baby says straight shooter.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the really the scary part though, because you're never going to get. If Oklahoma somehow wins this game and happens to win this game and goes to game 2, and we win that game too.
Did they pitch Sam Landry twice in one night?
They that's what I'm saying. That's what I was about to get to. Like at the end of the day, Sam Landry's has only got so much left in her. And I do not think she's got 2 games left in her. So
not on the same day.
No. We're gonna have to go into our lineup, and that's not really a strength of ours this year either. We have pitchers that can pitch great, but they are inconsistent AF. I mean AF. So it's a tall task at this point, man. I mean, again, I think we just gotta, we gotta call it like it is, man. I mean, we're probably looking at the end of the run right here.
If it's Texas Tech will have a first-time national champion. And about 10 minutes down the road, downtown Oklahoma City, the Thunder never won the title.
You never
in
know.
Oklahoma City. They have won. The 79
never know.
Sonics is the
We can
franchise
keep them
in
from
Seattle.
scoring any
Indiana
runs this
Pacers
inning.
have never won the title. So
we'll see.
There'll be some first-time winners, at least one somewhere. The Oklahoma
Just said
softball
that,
team right here, the only
if Oklahoma loses,
out of those 5
there will
NBA
be a
World
first-time
Series in
champion.
OKC
I guess
that
Texas
has
Tech,
won
Texas,
a national
Tennessee,
championship, and they need to win
none of them have
2
ever won
today
softball.
That's
to get
right.
back to the champ series. Strike 3, Sam Landry.
Hey, man, drop our faces
Davis
down.
Looking. 3 strikeouts in a row for Sam Landry.
There you go.
It's her first strikeout on something other than her changeup. A fastball on the outside corner, maybe a drop she's getting over the top of, but it's just paint on the outside corner going right at Nia Davis.
Tech has had trouble getting leadoff hitters on. They're just 2 for 18 in this World Series, getting the leadoff batter on. And now a strike dropped into Haley Toney.
I just sent you a text, JPC.
Walking a ground out for the freshman. Chase is high. Just amazed, Amanda, by how much stronger Sam Landry seems to grow sometimes the more she gets into the game.
She just settles in. The nerves start to fade away.
To the right side, that's deflected off of Sanders, and Toney is aboard.
Now, I'll be honest
One
with you, I'm
hot
gonna get
shot
y'all mixed
that
up,
Sid
and y'all
Sanders
scores about
couldn't
the
pick.
same.
It's her 6th error of the year.
And Haley Toney has proven that she can hit the inner half hard. It seemed like Sid Sanders got a good read on that last hop, ends up hitting her knee. She can't get her glove there, but Haley Toney hit that hard.
Well, typically Tech makes you pay for mistakes. They won Game 2 of the Super Regional at Florida State and Game 1 of the World Series here without scoring an earned run in either game. Lauren Allred with a fly out and a walk. 2 good battles tonight. Rounds the ball wide of first.
And up to this point at the World Series,
Texas
they
Tech
just
maybe
given up
going to win this
one
game, but
run.
seems like a lot of people
So
already
good,
calling it
Kennedy
in. They're only
has
down
been
by
throwing
2
every
runs.
pitch for them.
No,
and that's
yeah,
how good
it's
their
this game's
defense
far
has
from
been,
over.
too.
And their pitcher and cleanup hitter is waiting. 1-1 to Allred. How to play. Jerry Glasgow said Saturday that
We had a couple more runs.
kind of what
Maybe.
we've become is a
They
team
could
that
probably
just
put 3 or
finds a
4 on
way
the
to
board.
win.
Texas Tech might
Whether
not be
it's a
safe.
double off the wall, a home run, or using our speed and our wheels. The players all know their
You know,
role, and they've
Arkansas have y'all down
accepted their
6-1.
role.
Yes.
Well, they are very comfortable playing small ball and scratching around a run here or there because they know they've typically got Nyjah in the circle. It's Jerry still coaching, making swing adjustments from the coach's box, trying to get his top of the order going.
And you always know with Jerry, he's going to be ultra aggressive. We've talked about the steal of home. And when I was talking to Alana Johnson today, she said, we're always in the dugout. Like, what's up his sleeve today? We know something is coming. It's just a matter of time.
He's got that confidence in his back pocket, as Michaela Garcia said. All red left side. There's a base hit. Slapped the other way after the in-at-bat message from her coach at third. 2 on for Tech.
Jerry telling her to hit down on the ball, and Allred does exactly that with 2 strikes, drives it down into the ground. It's a drop ball on the outer half, finds a hole on the left side. Great piece of hitting by Allred with 2 strikes to keep this rally going.
Nyjah Kennedy has a chance to really inflict some pain now. Way upstairs for ball 1. That'll send Isabella Emmerling to the circle.
I was talking to Glasgow before the game about why the decision to move Nyjah to the cleanup spot. And he said, she's earned it. She's hitting so well right now. And he said, usually I would never make that change because it's too much pressure for a hitter. But he said for her, I don't think she's ever felt pressure. It's just the nature of the competitor she is, always even keeled.
Well, I'd love to hear that from Jerry Glasgow because the way he figures out the ways to motivate his players, we found that out throughout the year. It's been pretty special. He has the pulse of his players. I go back to something way back in February. They played Nebraska, and he was asked after the game, why didn't you start Nyjah against Jordy Ball? And he said, number 1, I want to teach my team it's not just one great player. And number 2, I wanted Nyjah to focus on hitting today because that may be more valuable to us in May. Chases that one for strike 2.
And Nyjah told us that in the fall, she was more of a hitter than a pitcher. And then January came and she was like, okay, I think I should focus a little bit more on pitching now.
He's in a big moment here. Landry on a 1-2. Ground ball to short. Oklahoma gets 1 and 2.
Boom! Shakalaka, boom!
The Sooners turn
Boom,
their
baby!
7th double play in the World Series.
That's a big one there, buddy.
That might be what you need right
Double
there.
play, they have just gotten this crowd involved in it.
That may be what you need right there. Get the momentum going into the 6th inning. You got your best hitter on the team coming up to start the game off, the inning off. If she could start off by driving 1 deep, cut the lead in half, that'd be massive.
I sent you a text, a little picture. You might have to stretch it to see why I think this is so goofy. Why would you dress like that for a live stream, man? I don't know. I just don't know, man. I guess my cowboy hat could be considered goofy too, though, I guess.
I don't know, man.
That's your boy, man.
I don't even know.
You're supposed to be training him, man.
I'm shit. What am I training? I'm not the expert on behind the scenes.
Damn, man. Almost as bad as being a marshmallow.
Nobody that bad. Nobody is that bad.
I'll try not to mention any names this time.
He has a video out with a thumbnail with his goofy mug on the front of it. And just like, oh man, I just want to. It makes me so angry. Yeah, we got to do something here, Micah. We got to do something right here.
Yep.
Put our faces to the side so when they highlight the comments, they won't. It won't come in here.
We're in commercial. I don't really care.
Yeah, we need to get some runs right here in this inning. We got to get at least one of them back. I mean, we just have to. We need it for the momentum, man, to carry us through the seventh. And God forbid, man, if we could start the seventh off, we can put one on here. What's that?
Said you might go back and look at that double play as the play of the game, man.
Could end up being. I mean, it could end up being.
That was pretty huge. Get y'all out of that inning and only be down by 2 runs.
Absolutely.
Once you get down by 3 runs, man, it gets hard.
It gets harder, yeah. Well, you know, again, it's a lot easier.
Thanks, Courtney, Maddie, and Danielle out there.
It's a lot easier to get
a great view.
Home run softball, so man, you
this
just get one on the
lineup.
board.
They're down by 2, and they've got 2, 3, and 4 against Nyjah Kennedy. Emma Parker, who begins the 6th inning with a blistering single to center.
There we go.
Parker's first hit of the game.
There we go.
Oklahoma has the leadoff runner on.
Oklahoma's starting to look earlier in the count against Kennedy, and Ella Parker, who struck out on a rise ball and chased it, sees something down and is able to hit it hard right back up the middle of the field. That's what she was looking for. Kind of sounded like she grunted or Nyjah Kennedy grunted. Both of these teams want this so bad late in this game. A leadoff hit for Parker.
And now Oklahoma's leading home run hitter, Gabby Garcia.
Just out of courtesy, if y'all are ahead of us in the game,
She
please
has been
do not come in here and tell
twice
us what
tonight
happened.
by Kennedy,
That's
but
just-
she's not typically
That's just Bush
beaten
League.
3
man.
times.
I don't like that.
20 home runs and a 772 slugging. A changeup floats right in there for strike 1.
Felt like that pitch second time through the order wasn't shown as much as it was the first time through. Now here we are, third time through. She's bringing it back out.
A 1-1. Back to it. Got a low strike call.
It's a big deal in
I don't
this
want
count
people to do
to
that,
get
man.
that pitch a called
that's
strike to
Maybe
put
they
her
don't
in a
wanna do it. I
1-2
don't
count
know.
versus a 2-1 hitters count.
Pretty common sense. You know, if you do a
9
lot of
home
things, people
runs
don't
for
want
Garcia in
don't
her
wanna know
last
the-
17.
what happens ahead of time.
She swings and misses. Kennedy triples up.
Damn
She's
it.
going to keep going to this pitch, and why not? It gets swings and misses like this. Gabby Garcia way out in front of that pitch, having to protect it since the one before was called a strike. 2 strikes now. She swings and misses, and we got the Nyjah stomp working in the 6th.
Nelly McEnroe Marinas, first pitch, swinging, gets under it. That's Langoliers in shallow center. And after the leadoff single, that's 2 outs on 5 pitches. Oklahoma is 1 for 9 with runners on tonight. 10 for 51 at the World
What's
Series.
almost to
But
100.
they've got the hottest bat in the lineup up. Sid Sanders, 2 home runs yesterday, is the tying run. A changeup starts her 0-1. Sanders rips and misses, up to 72 with the rise. And Nyjah continues to have the advantage.
Not behind me.
No.
0-2.
Nyjah has done such a good job of not letting back-to-back hitters reach. When she has walked somebody or hit by pitch or a hit, she has immediately followed it up with an out, oftentimes, sometimes with a strikeout too. Get the momentum back.
4 outs left for a team that's four-peated. Sanders drills it foul. All right, you're a former pitcher. What does that swing tell you?
Just trying to be early for something hard. I'd go back to the changeup. You know me, we've called several of Nyjah Kennedy's games lately. I'm always wanting more of the changeup.
Let's see if Texas Tech wants it. Oh, no, hard stuff. Parker's going to second, and the throw gets away.
Yeehaw!
Tech almost had her to end the inning.
Oh, almost don't count. No, does it?
No, it doesn't.
There's a changeup. It's a little low.
That's a great take, and it looked like to be on the steal, by the way. That ball got past second base. It looked like it hit off of the umpire. Helpful bounce for Texas Tech that got the ball to Tony.
The tying run, Sid Sanders. 2-2. Changeup throws her. Nyjah Kennedy and Texas Tech are now
Well, they obviously
3
didn't
outs
score.
away.
Yeah, I know, right? That's what's even worse is you come running in here telling us what happened and it wasn't even right.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Michael was in here telling us they just scored, and his dad told him that they were, he was watching, I guess, somewhere where they're ahead of us. I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Patty's going to end up subbing Isabella Emmerling because I'm sure she's definitely coming up. So I'm sure she'll pinch hit her. But, you got the bottom of the order coming up against the best pitcher,
Straight Shooter said one of those pitches looked way low, but they called a strike. Robert Bacon says the ump is calling the high strikes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Mike, I had to put you in timeout, man. I thought you were trying to tell us the outcome of the game ahead of time. And when you're doing live streams, you're not supposed to do that. So that's why I put you in timeout. Micah is back.
Yeah, man. So anyway, you got the bottom of the lineup coming up against the best pitcher in the country. I guess this is the stuff fairy tales are made of, but I mean, fairy tale is probably the right way to put it because it's the likelihood of it being real is real low. Very, very low.
Man, burger looks good too, boy.
Yeah, man.
Until I need to get something to eat.
Yeah.
There's your favorite sport, man. WNBA.
I can honestly say I've never seen a WNBA game in my life.
I started getting interested in it because of Caitlin Clark, and then she started bending the damn knee for some of that woke shit.
Yeah.
Like, y'all keep that shit to yourself, man.
Yeah.
It make things a lot easier. I can watch certain movies I can't watch anymore. I can't watch Robert De Niro anymore because he goes down running his mouth, calling people names if they don't do what he says or vote like he does.
Yeah, man.
If you vote for Democrat or Republican, man, but if someone else is voting in a different party, don't just demean them for it.
Yeah, it's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of ridiculous.
Finals for 9th consecutive year, but they are 3 outs away from seeing this four-peat end at the hands of World Series newcomer Texas Tech. Although very much with World Series experience, as Nyjah Kennedy is 3 outs away from her 3rd consecutive shutout to begin this World Series. 5-6-7 for Tech against Sam Landry, who's also been wonderful. Langoliers, Johnson, and Elder will try to give Nyjah a little extra breathing room. Oklahoma will have its 6, 7, and 8 hitters due up in the 7th.
The Texas Tech hitters just did such a great job at the beginning of this game of was wearing Sam Landry down, maybe capitalizing on some nerves, taking pitches, just really making her work. And most importantly, swinging at good pitches, not chasing a lot.
Langoliers back to the circle. Well, the Women's College World Series Finals begin in 2 days. Wednesday night, 8 Eastern, 7 Central on ESPN. For more information, go to ncaa.com. Your home for all 90 NCAA championships. Jerry Glasgow is here as an assistant. First time as a head coach. Patty Gasso knows this place very well. Oklahoma's 18th time at the World Series. They're 55-25. They've made it 9 straight years. 9 consecutive wins when facing elimination in the World Series. The last time they didn't win the title, 2019, they lost in the Champ Series to UCLA. A little squib ground ball from Johnson to Garcia is out number 2.
Solid.
Demi Elder has driven in a run and scored the other. RBI triple back in the second.
The mindset that Coach Gasso talked to this team about in order to try to get them to not feel as much pressure to do what had happened the past 4 years is to treat this year as 1 year, and this team with these new faces trying to win their first national championship, not the 5th in a row.
Ground ball to short roll. Not in the inning. The throw pulled Sanders off the bag, and Elder reaches with 2 outs.
Abby Garcia can cover a lot of ground, great range at shortstop, but pulls Sydney Sanders off of the bag. And if I was Patty Gasso, I would challenge this. And does it look to me like, did she keep her foot
Ruling on the play is that the batter runner is safe at first base. Oklahoma is challenging the ruling on the field. The play's under further review.
Timing's going to be close. I think she was off.
Actually, I don't know.
There has to be indisputable video evidence to overturn the call of safe.
It's pretty clear that when the ball is in her glove, she's off the back.
It is off. Yeah, it is right there. That sucks.
I thought right when it was going in her glove, though, was when her foot was peeling off.
Slice to it, Chris. JWK said he's already sick of Caitlin Clark because she lacks humility.
You have 2 challenges. Might as well use one here. Worth a shot for Patty Gasso, who's trying to keep this a 2-0 game.
She's definitely annoying AF.
It's been an uncharacteristically low-scoring World Series for Oklahoma. 4 runs in 2 games, 2 in the other. Nation's 6th highest scoring offense. It's odd to see them down at 6. We're used to seeing them at the top of the country, but again, 6th with this young of a team. It's pretty special. Patty Gasso, JT Gasso, Jen Rocha, and his coaching staff have done a magnificent job yet again. They always seem to find that magic moment late. These last 5 years, they've found countless more than any other team. They've got 1 chance left to do so on the top of the 7th.
After further review, the play at first base is upheld. The runner is safe. It's Oklahoma's first challenge of the game.
But we're not going to get there yet. It's an E6, just the 4th error of the year against Garcia, and extends the inning for a pinch hitter, Reagan Jennings, who will bat for Vic Valdez. Reagan Jennings had a pinch hit RBI single on Saturday. Batted for Elder in that one. And a 2-out hit to score the 3rd run against UCLA in a 3-1 win. Jennings is 8 for 16 as a pinch hitter this year. He has started a lot, 23 games. Demi Elder came back from injury. It's a big part of the reason why Jennings has become more of a pinch hit specialist, but she does so willingly on a roster where everyone knows their role by now.
Trying to find any way that they can to move that runner around. I mean, 2 runs feels like a good lead for Nyjah Kennedy, but when you're facing Oklahoma on this field late in the game, you would love to push around another run if possible.
Jennings to Landry. She's been brilliant.
All right.
And now her offense will have to be the last chance for the greatest dynasty we've ever seen in division.
Here we go. This is it.
Dynasty's on the line, brother.
This is the part of the lineup you don't want up right now.
Really?
Well, the first batter should be Sydney Barker.
Well, I thought Ella Parker and them were coming up.
No, they just came up.
Okay.
They just came up. That's Ella Parker got on base, but then the rest of them shat the bed. So,
Y'all jump out and hit that like button for us.
Should be Sydney Barker, and she's good. She could hit a home run. That's possible. Or get on base. She's been on base twice this game already. So that's fine. But then after Barker, well, Agbayani's okay, but Emmerling's in there, and I guess they would pinch hit her. I mean, man, anything's possible. But, and you got Sid Sanders coming up. So, you know, maybe it's not quite as bad as I thought. But regardless, it's not the heart of the lineup, that's for sure. You'd much rather have Pickering, Parker, Dayton, Gabby Garcia, and McEnroe Moranis. You'd much rather have the 4 of them up. But this is it, you know.
If y'all just came in here, jump out and hit that like button and the subscribe button. It really helps the channel. And it's all free fun, so just do that for me if y'all don't mind.
We'll be doing this in football as well. So if y'all are needing somewhere to come hang out, y'all got us up to 40 likes. I appreciate that. It's very nice.
You're right, dude. It's got to end sometime. But
well, that's the thing, man. Like, you know,
you're never ready for it because that's your team. It's your team, right?
No, it's horrible. I mean, it's definitely horrible to see it end. You know, and until you see it end, you know, we've seen Oklahoma come back in the 7th inning so many times that you got to see all 3 outs recorded before you truly give up. But, you know, this is it, man.
Nyjah Kennedy against Elena Agbayani, who rips the first pitch back to the screen. Kennedy has been as good as ever, gaining strength as this postseason's gone along, working through a blister issue that hampered her in regionals, getting valuable days of rest twice here at the World Series. And now she has to face 6, 7, and 8 in this fearsome OU lineup. A lineup she has carved up tonight. A lineup that has not scored. A team that has not been shut out. 6 years to the day. A memorable game against Alabama.
Yep.
And Montana Fouts.
Oh, Alabama shut y'all out.
Yep.
0-2.
When you watch Nyjah
Y'all earn your
Kennedy pitch, she
keep.
just doesn't give in.
Earn your
Even to a
scholarship.
disciplined team like Oklahoma, who walks a lot.
Earn your scholarship.
One walk today.
Y'all ain't
off
been
of her,
scoring
she
now.
just
It's time to
comes right
score.
at you, and she set that tone in the first inning.
Another 0-2.
Ball.
Kennedy has been on the stage before, never in the driver's seat. She was eliminated by Oklahoma semifinal Monday in 2023. A 9-inning heartbreaker. A game-winning 2-out, 2-strike, 2-run Tiare Jennings double. A shutout loss to Texas last year. Grounded foul, really hit Patty Gasso.
Damn balls are coming so fast. I don't know how you
It's
can.
Agbayani, then Sydney Barker.
It's hard, man.
2 for 2. And then Isabella Emmerling due up after that. Another 1-2. Grounded back to Kennedy. There's one.
That hurts.
We talked about the pressure that likely Oklahoma feels in this moment, but I would have to imagine that Nyjah Kennedy, with her NIL deal and all the attention that she's gotten last year's National Player of the Year, the expectations, the pressure would be very similar. A high amount, but you would never know it with the way that she handles herself in the circle.
Strike one to Barker. We asked Nyjah about that last week on handling the pressure. She said typically the way it goes, athletes who make money, either they live up to it or they don't. But I had to reframe it. I realized it wasn't my battle to fight. Some people are going to say I don't deserve it, but it's not my battle to fight. She went back and forth with that decision for a long time, a decision that certainly paid her $1 million, but put a lot of pressure on her and on this program. Her 0-2 is for Barker. And the Sooners will not go down without a fight. They'll
All right.
run
Now you got a shot. You got 2 batters to get a home run.
They're pulling over Tennessee here.
Isabella Emmerling, who
She's the worst
yesterday,
one. God, why aren't you pinch hitting her?
that
Damn.
run.
Damn it. Why aren't you pinch hitting her?
Emmerling fouls the first pitch away.
Made major home run potential out of the 8th spot as Bella Emmerling hit her 12th home run yesterday. Off of Elise Sokolski. Pitched down in the zone, and Kennedy has been carving her up on the inner half, up and in her hands with her rise ball.
Change up in the dirt.
Maybe she can walk. Maybe.
We're over 100 now. People coming in here at the end of the game.
Kennedy's 96th pitch of the night is grounded back to her. She'll go to second. She'll get the lead out there. A gutsy play by Kennedy on a ball that had all kinds of spin back to her.
Well, this is it.
But this gutsy team is 1 out away from the championship series.
Come on, Patty. Let's see the magic now.
Abby Dayton, who sent a ball to the warning track last time, is the hitter, and Patty Gasso will use this moment
They go like this and start crying.
to get a pinch runner in the first.
She already looked like she's about to
slow
cry.
this game down. And she's going to call timeout and bring her infield together, bring her offense together as the Tech infield gets together with assistant coach Hunter Veach. And Patty Gasso has had so much fun coaching this team, and she's admitted time and again how exhausting it was to coach last year. The pressure of an unprecedented four-peat, the weight of the world and the expectations.
What's that?
Hello,
like this was a group that
I'm
freed
not
her
sure,
up a little
man.
bit. She had a little more fun. She's been able
Everybody
to
in the
show off
comment
that
section know
personality
how
and
those
sense of
Patty get
humor a
for
little
you.
more. They have made it so far, farther than maybe she even thought. But they've got
Start throwing
one
tortilla
card
shells on
left
the
to
field,
play.
they win.
Tia Malloy's the pinch runner at first. Abby Dayton is the hitter. And Dayton takes a strike. Just 2 home runs on the year, though she came oh so close in the 5th. 0-1. Dayton takes strike 2.
You gotta swing the bat, man.
Damn.
Swing the bat. Now she's gonna swing at junk. Watch.
You could at least swung with it.
I didn't get the
The 100th pitch of Nigeri Kennedy's night could be the one. A high fly ball
No way.
right field.
No way. Oh my God. Oh my God. She hit a home run, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit. Oh my God. She just hit a home run. Oh my God.
Dude, I got the kills again.
Oh my God, dude. How did that just happen? How did that just happen? How? Holy shit. Oh my God. Oh my God, dude. I cannot believe she's got 2 home runs on the year, dude. How did she just do that? Holy shit.
Y'all can still win.
They are never dead.
Y'all
You simply cannot ever count out Oklahoma. Cassidy Pickering, 1-1.
Oh man, she's trying to crank the ball.
How unhittable her changeup has been
that
this
pseudo
year,
magic
this
you
World
talking about?
Series.
That was an
Come on,
0-2
baby.
pitch to the number 9 hitter who had hit 2 home runs this season.
Somebody look like that little
You
rabbit over
could
here.
not make this stuff up.
Oh my God.
3-1 to Pickering.
Oh my God, dude. If she walks and puts Ella Parker up, come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Crowd's going crazy.
They're in disbelief.
Oh.
What kind of pitch was that,
There are
JPC?
still aftershocks reverberating through this
What's that?
building.
What kind of pitch was that?
On an Abby Dayton
Rise
0-2
ball.
There you go.
The inning is over for Texas Tech.
Wow.
1 batter too late.
Wow.
Stunning. 0-2 count. She gets the changeup.
Unbelievable, dude.
Boom.
Unbelievable.
At least you were here this time for it.
Unbelievable, man. It was an 0-2 count. She is the 9th hitter in the lineup. She's had 2 home runs all year. And
Only
she
2?
crushes it into the right field stands. Oh my God, dude.
Only 2?
Unbelievable.
She only had 2 home runs all year.
All year, dude. 2.
Could you hear me going crazy over here?
Yes.
Man, I swear to God, I got them chills again, man. She's all in my ears and shit.
It's unbelievable, man. I cannot believe. I mean, you heard me. I said you can never count them out, but I was basically all but saying, like, What a good run. And, oh, my God, they keep it going. They keep it alive.
Y'all just
unbelievable, man.
The numbers are starting to swell. We're up past 120 now. Don't mind, jump out, hit the like button. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe button.
Wow. Well, JPC, now you've got Sooner Magic more than once now. You see what we're talking about. It's real.
That's right. Real. I'm y'all's good luck charm.
Hey, we'll take it. We'll take
it. Crystal missing out tonight, man. Poor old Crystal Lopez.
Crystal's going to somehow pop up in the chat at some point. Come on, Crystal. We know you're out there.
Crystal pops in the bottom of the seventh. It's over with for Texas Tech.
I don't know how to pronounce the name. Sisyphus Druk.
Sisyphus JWK.
Says that he doesn't see Nigeria jumping up and down like an a-hole now.
Yeah, she is a bit of a showboat at times, I guess. But yeah, Sisyphus JWK used to be an outlaw posse, man. You lost your badge, man. What happened to it?
Sisyphus. Unbelievable, man. Unbelievable.
At least she touched the home plate, unlike the UCLA player did the other night.
That's just unbelievable, man. That is like the fact that she's the one that hits the home run is just unbelievable, man. Once again, bottom of the seventh. Seventh inning, not the bottom, but seventh inning, down to your last strike of your last out, and somehow they put 2 runs on the board and at least give themselves more life. If there's nothing else, man. Unbelievable.
They've got 9-1 and 2 with Bailey Lindemuth, Maya Davis, and Haley Tony against Sam Landry. Oklahoma's second home run at the death in this.
Now let's see if that gives Sam Landry a little pep in her step.
2 outs, 3-run homer off Carlin Pickens Thursday. Abby Dayton down 2 outs, 2 strikes, home run off Nyjah Kennedy. These are not just incredible home runs. These are home runs off maybe the 2 best pitchers in the country.
Yeah.
2 of the best 3 certainly, as Lindemuth grounds out to third. One strike away from snapping a 337-game streak where Oklahoma had not been shut out. Texas Tech.
Yeah, it's not quite the same look on their face anymore.
We all do. Every fan, everybody watching this, I mean, what a moment. But Texas Tech for sure has to settle down. Top of the lineup coming up. You have a chance to reset. Had great approaches against Sam Landry in this game. Slow your breath down, slow your heart rate down, and lock back into this moment.
Maya Davis. The ground ball bouncing toward the middle. There's a base hit. Texas Tech with a little bit of an answer back. Davis on base for the first time in the World Series, and their fastest player is the winning run.
Well, they're definitely going to try to steal second.
Walk-offs already at this World Series. Haley Tony looking for another. Landry floats in a changeup on pitch number 117. It's a game that could have really unraveled and gotten away from Sam Landry in the earlier innings. But she has held Tech scoreless since the second. Ball run. Ball outside.
And this game has revolved around her changeup. Really, she throws in one out of every 3, 1 out of every 4 pitches that she's thrown to Texas Tech. She has thrown it every single inning, and it is still keeping them off balance. First pitch to Tony was a change that she took.
There's the 1-1. Tony takes another first strike. Remember, Texas Tech has an excellent base stealer. Maya Davis 2 years ago won the Golden Shoe Award NFCA handed that out to the best base stealer in the nation at 52. 1-2 for Tony. He stays alive. What's going through his head right now?
I think if you're Texas Tech too, you have to remember that if you lose, your season isn't over. If Oklahoma loses, their season is over. So Texas Tech still in the driver's seat, just a tie game, still outs to play with, and they're the home team.
The winning runs at first as Tony drives the ball to deep left field, and it's over the glove of Pickering. Davis got a late break. She makes it to third.
Oh,
Almost
man. I thought that was it.
Almost an out. It's second and third, and the winning run is 60 feet away.
I thought that was it.
I thought she was going home.
Haley Tony's approach has been so impressive. You throw her in, she'll crush it down the right field line. You throw her out, she's able to go with it with power. This one, I thought had a chance to get out of here. It hits the wall just over Pickering's head. Almost had it just over her glove, but Haley Tony's approach has been unbelievable. Maya Davis, who has speed, sees that down, gets as far off as she can, and makes her way to third base, 60 feet away from winning this game.
She thought she won it. Even getting to first, she thought she won it. It's a double. It's a big hit all the same. And Lauren Allred is going to bat with runners at second and third and one out.
Okay, here we go, Tech.
Texas Tech can win this game with a hit, with a sac fly, with a well-placed ground ball, with a whole lot of different things. Terry Glasgow across the chalk line, making sure Haley Tony settles. Doesn't want to risk her leaving early at second, as her run means nothing. And now Jen Rocha, the Oklahoma pitching coach, will approach the circle. Everybody take a moment to take a breath.
I think with first base open, potentially talking about working around Allred, load the bases, you take pressure off of your defense, where they have a force at any bag, potential double play opportunity as well.
Of course, you would be loading the bases for Nigeri Kennedy, but Allred's had 3 very good plate appearances today. Oklahoma trying to extend this incredible dynastic run. Again, they need to win 2 today. Texas Tech just needs 1.
Yeah.
It's the Red Raiders' first trip to the World Series, and they are a base away from the Champ Series. Let's see how Oklahoma plays it. Will they pitch to Lauren Allred? It looks like it. Allred's first pitch swinging into right. Barker loads
it.
Davis to the plate. Save!
That's it.
Texas Tech has done it.
Wow.
They end the greatest dynasty in college softball history. The Red Raiders storm to the championship series.
Wow.
They put up a hell of a fight.
Yeah, they did. Well, look, if you're going to go out, what a great way for them to go out, man. You know, to keep it unbelievable to the very end. Look, the OU fans can barely believe it. Like we like once the Sooner Magic happened, we usually expect to win at that point. But it was awesome, man. They were great this year. So much better than I thought. I didn't think they would get this far.
For the first time since 2019, Oklahoma is eliminated from the World Series. The most epic run in college softball history meets its match for a team that had never been here.
Now, the great thing will be
a coach who didn't get
watching
into college
Texas
coaching
Tech
until his 50s.
Texas.
And the face of the sport, the first $1 million player in college softball who was almost perfect and then had her teammates pick her up in the last moment. Jerry Glasgow and Sam Landry, former coach and player at Louisiana. We're going to let the tears flow here on the World Series stage.
That's awesome, man. That's awesome.
What a privilege it has been to share this World Series with all of you. What an epic week this has been. What an epic game.
Well, it comes to an end. What a great way to end it, though, man. Exciting until the very end.
Yeah. Just get all excited, and then it's just a big downer there to end. It's been nice if y'all could have been the last batter up.
Yeah, man, it sucks. It sucks to have it, to give it up like that right away. I mean, honestly, I get why they stuck with Sam Landry, but I halfway wondered if they would bring in a different pitcher just to give them a different look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you might as well go ahead and exhaust everything.
You can second guess it all day long. I mean, you certainly can't really second guess keeping Sam Landry in because she's earned it. But I don't know, man. To maybe have thrown Audrey Lowry or KD just to give him a different look, man. Just to give him something different. But Sean, you're exactly right. They already overachieved. At the end of the day, they were predicted to be middle of the pack SEC, and they ended up winning the regular season, co-champs of the SEC tournament, got out of the regional, out of the super regional, looked really good doing it, by the way. And then, looked good in the beginning of the World Series as well. That was unbelievable against Tennessee. But they just
that is a silver lining for me too. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan. I hate Tennessee, so
yeah,
y'all putting a dagger on them like that night was great. But Tennessee's still in it. Hopefully, they'll get eliminated by Texas, and we'll have a Texas Tech national title.
We'll have to see where OU's pitching is next year. That's what it's all going to boil down to. They're stacked defensively, offensively. They're pretty stacked. It's all going to come down to the pitching, and if they can get some load up the pitching a little more, that like what we're kind of used to, then they're going to be just fine.
Yeah, if you was going to get OU, this was the year to do it. If he's going to keep them from getting the World Series for a 9th straight year in a row, this was the year to do it. It didn't happen, so they'll probably be there a 10th year in a row next year.
Hey, but let's just all think about how great it's going to be to watch Texas finally beat Oklahoma to get to the World Series championship again. And this will be their third trip to the championship series in 4 years, mind you. And they're going to lose because Kennedy's going to beat them too. So it's going to be awesome watching them get their title hopes ripped away from them again.
It's just like, it's a team that's had a team that's been dominating them. They finally get over that hump, and then someone else beats them.
In fact, JPC,
Texas Tech is an in-state school too, so that'll be even worse for them in a way.
We might need to do a watch-along Wednesday night just so we can watch Texas cry, because it's going to be fun.
It's just like back in the day with the Knicks, man. The Knicks thought when Michael Jordan retired, that was going to be their title, and it just didn't happen. Elijah Wan wouldn't let it happen.
That's right. That's exactly right. The dream.
So Texas, you got over your Oklahoma monster, but now you got an in-state school. If you lose to an in-state school, you don't win a national championship this year, Texas. You might not ever win one.
Yeah, that is a good point, because they will be losing some good talent. And dude, they're not going to win. They're not going to beat her. I promise you. Kennedy's going to.
Well, they might not beat Tennessee.
They did beat Tennessee. They beat Tennessee already, so they're in.
That game already played.
Yeah, they're in already.
Oh, okay.
So
I didn't know. I
they'll
keep
play.
up with-
They'll play Texas Tech on Wednesday, and they're gonna lose. I promise you, they're gonna
Well, that-
lose.
It's the best out of 3 now, right?
Correct.
Okay. Because both
That's
of them's undefeated anyway. And
That's right. That's right. They both have made it to the finals without a loss. It's gonna be fun to watch them lose. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I can't believe it, but again, that's what I was telling you. I enjoy watching it now. So it'll be fun, and they'll be back next year. I'm certain of that. They'll be damn good again. I think I'm gonna hit it, man.
All right, brother.
I appreciate it, dude. I'll see everybody. It's good hanging with the chat again tonight. We'll see you guys later.
All right, brother. I'll let you know. That was Killer Breeze, the consummate Oklahoma roughneck, helping us out with the call tonight. Thunder OU Center says Texas could still win the diving championships. That is true. They are a swimming juggernaut in Texas. Robert Bacon also agrees that Texas Tech will beat the Texas Longhorns. Do y'all want me to do a Texas and Texas Tech live stream tomorrow night? Let me know. Hit me up. Comment section. Hit me up on X, Twitter, at OCF Productions and DMs, and give me some ideas for shows in the future, as well as liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to this channel. John Doyle says he's still proud of him. Sean James says I still like watching softball, baseball not so much. Yeah, it seems like softball's a little more upbeat and a little more up tempo. But if y'all want to do a Texas Tech live stream tomorrow, just let me know. Hit me up on DMs and Twitter, or drop comments in the comment section on here. And if there's enough people wanting to watch it and do a play-by-play on that, we'll do it. With that, I'm out of here. KMCA to all the other teams. Class is now officially dismissed.